sets up the middle. This one intercepted. Picked off in the flat. It's Lynch.
You're better off just rolling it down the field, the 40-yard line, than kicking a line drive to number 15.
And here he goes. The quarterback is on the loose. Here's Post up the middle. Post has got a seam and he's gone. Purdy makes one man miss, spins away from a second. 10, still alive at the 5. Play action, Black to throw. Caught by Soden. Finley to his left, throws across the body, looking for Peters. He's got him on the run. Meanwhile, handoff. He's done. Look out to the house, Emmanuel Poe. They're going to air it out. Deep down the near sideline. Touchdown! Legendary! Unbelievable. The holder is Sabati. It's clean. The kick is up. Good. And good. Well, hello everyone, and welcome here to Amherst. Nick Anastas, Steve Beals with you. It's our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week presented by Beals Insurance. Preliminary round action of this Division I tournament. Nashua South and Bishop Guertin. Two teams, two rivals, both teams looking to advance to the quarterfinal round. This one promises to be good if it's anything like the first time around. These two teams met in the season opener way back in early September, and that ended up being an overtime thriller. Nashua South scored the first 15 points of the game. The Cardinals rallied back with 15 of their own, and in the end, Nashua South had enough to pull off the victory in overtime. In fact, Scott Knight's club went off to rattle 6 in a row, and then 7. And next thing you know, it's a big showdown in week number 8 against Bedford, where they came out on the wrong end of the final score there for their first defeat. They suffered an upset loss last week against Goffstown and are the number 6 seed as a result of the 7-2 final record, 6-2 against NHIAA opponents. BG up and down, 1-2 start, 1-4 in a row, dropped the last 2 on the road. They come in at 5-4 overall, 4-4 in state. So here it is, Steve.
Yeah.
No excuse, no records, no nothing. All that out the window here in a do-or-die situation.
I think the only thing that either one of these teams are thinking about is the last time they played each other tonight. I think that's the only thing that really matters. And I mean that in a forward-thinking way, that they're thinking, how do we play 4 quarters of football? I think that the BG fan base felt as though they had some real opportunities to win that game. Mm-hmm. And but South, if anybody who watched it, and I did at least once and another half again, the second half, and boy, South really ground it right down to the last second there. They just had a little bit extra oomph at the end. But now had a whole season to develop their players. The coaching staffs have had an opportunity to raise the level. Yes, Sauhegan had a rough one against Goffstown. I understand that Perez, who was a Goffstown quarterback, who's actually now turned into a running back, was just phenomenal that whole game. They had a 10-minute and something 10-plus minute drive for the whole third quarter or whatever that just really changed that game. But tonight, moving on, all that doesn't matter. I think Coach Knight on our Gridiron program last night, I haven't seen him. He's always a calm guy, but he seemed very reassured, felt he had a really good week of practice. And, boy, if you coach football, you know, having a good week of practice where by the end of it you feel good about your mission, what your strategy is for the game, that's really, really important. Coach Nailan and BG, Nick, to be honest with you, kind of had like an up and down season, but boy, I'll tell you, when they're strong and hitting on cylinders, they are a very worthy opponent. Anything could happen tonight, and look forward to a great game. I did reach for my Sauhegan roster when I came here, and then you had to correct me, Steve.
Right.
Steve, you mean BG? It's just a strange situation here, not playing Estelos.
We are live in Amherst. Of course, this is technically a neutral field here at Sauhegan High School, but with Nashua South's field at Stello Stadium undergoing renovations, they've been here for their home games over the past month, so they're home away from home and geographically not too far down the road either here in neighboring Amherst. So Nashua South, technically the home team tonight. There they are in the corner, led by 22-year head coach Scott night. Bishop Guertin is looking forward for another year under Anthony Nalen. Of course, he came in last year, revitalized the group in a lot of ways. They had success in his first season a year ago, and now back in the playoffs in year number 2.
With numbers and a large feeder group coming up into it. So BG was struggling with numbers for a period of time, and not struggling for numbers by any stretch right now. Started at the end of the Trisciani era, where you could see the numbers starting to grow then. I think that's a broader football New Hampshire thing. And then Coach Nalen's come in, and you can just see when you look out there at the group standing on pregame, Nick, you can just see it going from one end of the field to the other. So good numbers for South, good numbers for BG. There's some depth here. Really looking forward to see who's going to drive this win tonight to go on to play Londonderry.
And that depth may be tested both ways tonight.
Yeah.
As both teams dealing with injuries throughout the week. We'll get the latest when we can. Coming up, coin toss, live rendition, I believe, of the national anthem. And then the kickoff comes your way at the top of the hour. A playoff Friday here on Friday Night Lights, New Hampshire. Preliminary round action of this 2024 NHIAA Football Division I tournament on the way next. You are watching our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week, presented by Beals Insurance. Our broadcast today, as it always is brought to you by Beals Insurance Agency, with locations now in both Bedford and Londonderry. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, Beals Insurance will get you both the price and quality coverage that's right for you. Just call 603-471-9999 or visit BealsInsurance.com to request a free quote and start saving money today. Again, that's BealsInsurance.com. The New Hampshire Tomahawks promote the highest level of club lacrosse competition, not just in the state, but in the country. Looking to get recruited? Director Chris Cameron keeps an open dialogue with the nation's top college lacrosse coaches. Over 400 New Hampshire Tomahawks alumni have played at the college level, including the ACC, Big East, Big Ten, Ivy, NESCAC, NE10, and more. New Hampshire Tomahawks coaching staff has over 100 coaches, including current high school, varsity, and college coaches. The Tomahawks offer training for players of all ages, clinics, camps, and leagues, along with spring, summer, and fall elite teams. So play with the best. The New Hampshire Tomahawks, showcase and development for college lacrosse. Visit NewHampshireTomahawks.com and girls.nhtomahawks.com. How can you reach your team's fundraising goals at no risk and no cost? MG Sports offers a variety of products to make your team's fundraiser a success. Their products include discount tickets, cards, and calendar raffles to hundreds of local merchants throughout the New England area. Don't waste another season. Raise more funds than ever before and become another football program in New Hampshire that sets fundraising records every season. MG Sports, fundraising made easy. Visit mgsportsfundraising.com to start raising money for your team today. Colonial Printing is family owned and celebrating 50 years of quality print services for New Hampshire businesses and can help yours as well. Whether it's creative design, digital or offset printing, or banners and signs, with state-of-the-art technology, unlimited industry sources, and the ability to think outside the box, Colonial Printing will help you get your job done. To see their full list of services, promo products, and portfolio, or to request an estimate, visit colonialprintingnh.com. That's colonialprintingnh.com. Well, there it is, the national anthem here in Amherst, setting the table, setting the stage And it is a big stage here tonight. These two teams, crosstown rivals. They know each other. They've already played an overtime affair way back in week number 1. And both teams looking to taste victory again after 2 straight losses to close out the regular season. Steve, what do we look for tonight in terms of keys?
Well, why don't we start off with the visitors, Bishop Guertin. Got to play 4 quarters of football. If the other games that I've seen South too, they don't give up. Even the Bedford game where they lost that one over in Bedford, they never gave up. They were sacrificing right to the end. So they have that history. So Hegan has got to. Bishop Guertin has got to be able to have that sort of depth working on their behalf. The other thing is for Bishop Guertin, Nick, is I think the special teams play is going to come in for them really important that they do not give the kick returners any opportunity to run back the ball. They're good. They're very good kick returners. I think that'll help if they can just kind of kick it down the field to a shorter. Take a little more field, give them a little better field position without the run back. As far as South is concerned, mentally they've got to completely block out everything in the past except the time they walked off victorious against Bishop Guertin. And sounds to me like they're in position there. I really think their defensive and offensive line, who they are noted for, extremely strong, extremely deep. That offense, especially the defensive line, has got to win the battle. You can say that about every game, but in this, that is some of the probably the strongest part, in my opinion, of their game, Nick. They've got to come through and got to get a lot of 3-and-outs on, and don't allow Bishop Guertin to work the ball down the field. Other than that, these teams are. There's not really much else to say. Play football, play physical, tackle well, block well. So with 2 teams like this, Nick, the rivalry is fierce. No worry about getting motivated in this game. These guys will be ready.
A lot of seniors on both sides, hoping tonight is not the end of the journey, as these teams look to advance to next weekend's quarterfinal round. Nashua South is going to get the football first. The referee is Steve Hall. The umpire is. And as you can hear, the officials being announced to this growing crowd. Steve Hall is our referee tonight.
Be a good crew out there tonight.
And, of course, there's other games going on tonight as well.
It's a load.
A few to kick off at 6:30. And then more action at 7 o'clock. The lone Division I first game.
Who would have thought?
First round game tomorrow is Concord at Alvern in the 8-9 matchup. But the other games are all in action tonight. All right. A lot of speed on this Purple Panther team, as we know. 2 of their top speedsters are back deep. Colin Kachenik, the senior. Diego Cabrera, his classmate. Both trying to stay loose here. Meanwhile, the temperature in the mid-50s to start the game, and that breeze picking up a bit here as we approach the opening kick.
I wouldn't let either one of these guys, Nick, run the ball back, especially early in the game, till everybody, to your special teams, start having a few matchups. So we'll see what they do. Good leg, but not sure you want to use it here. We'll see what Coach Nealon wants to. Actually, the ball blew over, so we could have a hold if that happens again here.
Of course, Bowen is the team's quarterback.
Yep.
As well as the place kicker.
I don't think that ball's going to stay. He's going to grab a little help there.
The sophomore looking for assistance, Andre Steinbruick.
What is the height? What is his height?
Who is also a quarterback.
Yeah.
Is going to hold things down here.
Here we go.
Bowen's kick up in the air, and we're underway as Kachenik looks to find some space up the middle, and he does. He's across the 30. Outside of the 40 before he's tackled into the Cardinal bench at about the 46-yard line. So there's a spark on the return to start the game, and Nashua South will bring out their offense. They are led by the junior quarterback, Cody Jackson. Athletic dual threat, Steve. We've seen him a couple of times this year. He's looking to get his team off on the right foot here on 1st and 10.
Well, certainly the kickoff certainly did right there. Nice run. Good choice, working it right up the middle. We'll see.
4 receivers set to begin the game. It's a handoff, and it's an outside run for the junior Sam Levine. Stuffed as he tried to turn the corner. Maybe a gain of 2 there to bring up 2nd and 8.
Haven't ascertained whether Tripp is playing tonight or not, Nick.
Of course, you're mentioning junior wide receiver Josh Tripp
What
he was
player.
a game-time decision, but I don't see him out there here. Now 2 snaps in. Meanwhile, a pig pile at midfield is going to bring up third down.
Nice hold there by BG defensive line.
3 yards and a cloud of dust there for Colvin Levesque, the junior. Again, South getting right to the line of scrimmage. 2 receivers each side here on third down and 4. The first down marker is at the BG 46-yard line.
Yeah, Coach Knight doesn't want to lose this opportunity, wants to move the sticks here. I'll bet you if they get it close, he may go.
Put a man in motion. Jackson fakes the handoff, goes up the middle. He's got the first down. And a little bit more inside the 40 before it's all said and done. Gang tackled at the 36, and there's the legs of the quarterback on display.
Yeah, and the power of that offensive line, Nick, opening up that alley. It was well run, well executed. They had the outside linebacker, the DN, the safeties leaning towards the motion, and that's all you need to be able to get that extra yardage. It's a good thing that they kind of tripped him up, or he would have been gone.
How about an 18-yard gain?
Nice gain, yeah.
On third down and 4 for the quarterback. He's
nice
back
call
in the gun.
there.
He takes the first down snap, and he throws this one incomplete. Trying to hook up with Cabrera on the left side. That pass a little short in the ground.
Yeah, he saw Drew Redford coming up on him, Nick, and closing in on the play. And I think he just wanted to put it where he could not intercept it, see if he could have got back and made a shoestring catch, but
that's the cornerback.
Wind may have had a little to do with it, too.
Drew Redfern is given about an 8-yard cushion right now off Cabrera at the bottom of the screen. Handoff, stretch run outside, and again it's Levine going to lower that shoulder and create as much yardage after contact as he can. He's going to grind out 4 there. It's a 3rd and 6.
You're going to see here, watch the way he plants and cuts. He does it quickly. Look at that turn. Nice turn. If he broke that tackle, had some room to run even further, but I don't know who that was. Nice tackle, though.
3rd and 6, rollout. Jackson throws off the back foot. Cabrera can't reel it in. Got 2 hands on the ball initially, but could not secure the catch on the way to the ground. Covered there well by Bishop Guertin's Ryan Connolly. So a 4th down now and 6 on the way, and a decision here for Coach Knight.
This is called staying with it. Keep moving your arms inside the ball on the chest. Watch. Comes around, has that arm bar lifting up and jarring the ball loose. Nice defensive play. He didn't give up on it. Didn't just assume it was a catch.
South wants to go for it. From the Cardinal 32-yard line, a 4th and 6. Jackson, he's got time. He's going to throw deep towards the end zone, and this one is incomplete. Again on the coverage, it's Connolly. May have gotten that right hand on it. Intended in the end zone for the senior Kyle Emmons. BG's defense holds, and the Cardinals will have the ball for the first time.
He had the swing pass off to the left, Nick. See him right here, right in the background. Chose to go for it all, and great play. Is that him again?
It was Bowen again.
That was wow.
Or Connolly again.
Connolly again. Boy, there's a valuable defensive back right now just in the first set here. BG did what it had to do.
They did.
Yep.
You get the fourth down stop. You get pretty good starting field position here at their own 32. And speaking of Bowen, here he is, Nate Bowen, the sophomore. Kind of in a timeshare at the beginning of the season.
Yep.
At the quarterback spot and kind of wrestled the job away as the year went on. But now an early timeout. It's going to stop the clock here. Just over 2 minutes gone by in this opening quarter.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I don't know if that was 11 men on the field or not.
Some personnel issues for Nashua South. Our broadcast tonight, it's brought to you by Beals Insurance. Locations in both Bedford and Londonderry. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, Beals Insurance gets you the price and quality coverage that's right for you. Visit BealsInsurance.com. Also by MG Sports Fundraising. That's fundraising made easy. MG Sports Fundraising is the official fundraising partner of Friday Night Lights New Hampshire. Visit MGSportsFundraising.com. Start raising money for your team today. By the New Hampshire Tomahawks, showcase and development for college lacrosse. Visit NHTomahawks.com and also girls.NHTomahawks.com. Finally, by Colonial Printing, family-owned and operated for over 50 years. Start your next project today at colonialprintingnh.com. On 1st and 10, Bowen is under center out of the timeout. The sophomore takes the snap, throws it to the flat, but that one incomplete, intended for Connolly, but over his head.
Wind made that sail, Nick. He threw it right into the wind. You could just see the riser on that and just went right over his head. Whoa, speaking of risers, the South cheerleaders just tossed a young lady about 18 feet in the air, and boy,
Seriously.
I am being serious. At least 10.
She was up there.
She was way high and did a phenomenal job. Wow. I don't know what that was.
Yeah, the Purple Panther cheerleaders behind the Purple Panther bench just
Great
in
job,
front of
ladies.
us here in the crowd. All right, 2nd and 10. Bowen out of the gun. They're going to run the ball for the first time. It goes up the middle, and a good tackle shy of the 40. It's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Nice gain.
And short. Trying to get the number of the ball carrier there, Steve. I don't believe it was their primary go-to.
No, I think it was
Holmes.
20, wasn't it? Was it 20?
It may have been Charlie Dabrowski, the senior.
Not sure. Oh, no, they're taking number 30 off. That looked.
Well, maybe we can get a help with the replay later. But either way, 3rd down and 4.
Not a bad run.
Now Holmes is one of 3 backs in the backfield. They pitch to him, and he's stuffed shy of the line of
That's
scrimmage.
that defensive line, Nick.
There's one of the captains on the edge waiting for him, senior Kevin Ndubisi. His first tackle tonight is a big one for South.
Watch the defensive penetration. They hold their gaps. They've got vision, got their heads up, and they're getting good separation with those strong bench presses that these guys must be. Look at number 50 in that play. Completely shuts it down.
That's Ndubisi, one of their veterans.
Wow, he looked good there.
One of the captains.
And they are
one of
their
their better special teams players as well. He's blocked a few kicks this year. This one off the right foot of Bowen is a line drive. It's going to take a few bounces before it exits out of bounds around the 25-yard line.
Good productive kick right there. 10, 20, 30, 40, 45-yard advance there, Nick, for the BG special team. So I said before, their special teams in a game like this has got to play well. Like I said, they kicked Cabrera the ball the first one. That kind of stung them a little bit, but, boy, they come up big on defense. But, boy, that punt in the A column right there, that good line drive didn't allow it to get caught against the wind. Nice punt.
But a 36-yarder, no return. And now on drive number 2, Jackson and the Panthers are ready to go. It's another spread set, 3 receivers left, 1 right. They run right with Levine.
Nice
It's his third carry, and again, he sliced down inbounds after about a yard gain. Trying to turn the corner and could not.
Yeah,
I've seen that a few times.
Was that number 15?
Both teams.
Was that 15? I think it was. Made the tackle. So hard. I'll go across the field here to get a good view. I'm going to get some binoculars, Nick. You want to go in with me on it?
2nd down and 8. Here's Jackson. Stretch run, near side. It's Levesque.
Oh, great
and again, well, the edge shut down, and there's the pursuit for Bishop Guertin.
Yeah, defense playing very good. Defensive line in the front 7 in particular playing terrific, Nick. Watch the penetration. Same thing you saw from South before. Holding their gaps, causing havoc, nowhere to go, and a good close there. Number 54 in on the tackle as well.
That's Bishop Kearns, the sophomore. Been impressive this season. 3rd down. South trying to avoid the 3 and out. Jackson fires a strike,
Yeah,
and
they're
that
gonna
is
get
caught. That's Justin
Wow.
Fish, the sophomore.
Yeah.
Flashing the hands along the sideline. It's a gain of 10.
Thought
the
he
first
looked
down.
solid in the Bedford game we did, Nick. He was a big part of that game for them. And look at that coordination. Got the toes in. He actually had 2 toes in. Great job. Nice pass, too. Nobody else could got it. Good velocity.
First completion
Yeah,
for
he's playing
Jackson,
well.
and there's the second. As the catch is made out of the slot. It's Kyle Emmons. Coach Knight mentioned the senior when we spoke with him last night, saying he's healthy, ready to go tonight. He's been
Levine's
a
looking good, Nick.
big part of the campaign all season long. It's his first grab. It goes for 7. Handoff on 2nd and 3. And again, another strong run up the middle for Levine. And that's good for a South first down.
Yeah, Cody Jackson, Nick, on these passes, nice and crisp. His footwork looks very relaxed.
And again, Coach Knight going to keep the pedal to the metal here. No huddle. 4-man front for the Cardinals. 1st and 10. Quick throw and quick catch. Hey, look out. First down and then some. It's Levesque.
16 on the tackle.
Going to go inside the 30. Down at the 29-yard line. Another big gainer. South now staying hot through the air.
Nice sack tackle by Cam Fields there. Look at that. Wraps those legs. Got some support.
Gain of 14. 1st and 10. Again, Levine, outside run, down the sideline, pushed out of bounds, inside the 10, inside the 5. Another big run there of 21.
Looks like it might be the 6, Nick. A little even further. Outside the 10. He must have stepped out a little early there.
Yeah, they got him stepped out at the 11-yard line.
Yep, there you go. But nice run, just the same. Nice edge blocking there by South.
Good for 19 officially.
Boy, they look fast tonight, Nick.
They do.
Both teams look really fast tonight. Well, how do you beat it? Have a uniform on, playing 50-something degree weather. Oh, beautiful.
55 at kickoff. Gorgeous night. Levine, a good cut.
He's
and then
stopped. 58.
Stopped at his tracks. Sam Doty. That's the junior defensive lineman. A good form tackle after a 3-yard gain.
That was a solid. You want to see us. You want to see a hit, wrap, and drive. Look at that hit, wrap, and then drive upward. Take his center of gravity away. Really good work there. Boy, he's a stump.
2 receivers again each side. 2nd down and 7. A fake to the man in motion. Jackson goes up the middle, breaks a tackle, sidesteps another man, and spins into the end zone for a touchdown.
That's just attitude right there.
A gorgeous run, a 9-yard touchdown by the quarterback, and South is on the board first.
Wow. Look at the sidestep. Look at the elusiveness that Cody has when he runs the ball. He's fired up tonight, Nick. You can see it. His mechanics, looking downfield, pushes the defensive backs backward and to the outside perimeters of the field, outside the hash marks, and he says, I'm going for it. He saw some space, and, boy, then it was just Cody Jackson alone all the way in. Boy, he's on fire tonight so far.
So midway through this first quarter,
Wow.
We've got a bad snap on the extra point. The holder is going to pick it up. It's Kyle Emmons looking for some room to his left, but he's going to run out of space along the sideline. A wild snap.
Special
teams.
teams.
Keep this game at 6-0.
Yep. And what it does, Nick, is it just kind of takes just a little wind out of the 6 that you initially get. You want to finish in these games. And the way these two teams play each other, little things like that can make a difference at the end of the game as we get into the middle of the fourth quarter, Nick. But, take nothing away, though, from that drive. That was a very good-looking drive by South, but you got to finish.
So, Cody Jackson, hot on that drive. 3 completions through the air. He caps it off with a 9-yard touchdown run. We talked about the dual threat. Only a junior, but already a lot of experience. And all of that coming to fruition here in the postseason.
Wow, we were talking to Mike Lockman last night. What a great guest he was. Great having you, Mike. I really enjoyed having you come on the Gridiron Show. Thursday night at 6, folks, if you want to tune in on YouTube, FNLNH Media. Mike and I were talking about how important, at least I thought it was, that BG scores first. Well, now they're down 6-0, but, boy, they've clearly come here to play, Nick, because the defense is good. That's just an overwhelmingly power drive there by Cody Jackson and his remaining 11 there. That offensive line is really pushing, but BG's defense is doing a heck of a job as well. So we're in for a good one tonight.
Meanwhile, the wind refusing to cooperate as it blows the football off the tee for a second time. We saw this just prior to the opening kick as well. So Nashua South will elect to have a player hold it. That's the senior Raymond Karuru, one of their defensive specialists.
Boy, that wind, every time we kick.
It's picking up. This is a beautiful kick. Deep off the right foot there, the Purple Panthers, Liam Gallagher, and then his special teams teammate makes a great wrap in the open field. That's Gus Smiley smiling after that one.
I'm sure he was. Gus looked like Schooler out there from the Patriots. Boy, what a bullet. He went down the field, and he knows exactly where to go. Don't ever take your eyes off where the center of gravity is, right around the hips. Upper torso, head, toes, they don't mean anything. Grab those. What a great job. Nice special teams play.
Wind picking up here late in the first quarter. We head towards the 5-minute mark, and on 1st and 10,
42.
Nowhere to go as Ndebisi checks in for the second time. His second stop up front in as many drives.
He just shot a vector. Watch him come through from the side. He just completely wasted the offensive line block right there. Gut separation, never slowed him right down. Nice slide down the line.
No chance for Julian Good on his second carry. On second down, this one incomplete along the sideline, trying to find the senior A.J. Holmes. Couldn't reel it in over the shoulder. And now a 3rd down and 10 on the way.
Brady took not Brady, I'm sorry. Bowen took a heck of a shot right there coming through. I was going to say, I thought they threw another quarterback. It looked like when he turned his uniform, it said 15, but no. That was Mr. Bowen.
Bowen going to check the play sheet on that left forearm.
Didn't seem to phase him too much. Rugged
Coming
kid.
3rd down and 10. Back to throw. It's a screen, and it's blown up. That's Levine on the tackle as he gets up underneath Andre Steinbrueck shortly after the sophomore reeled it in.
Inspired football player there. Levine does it all. He'll do it on both sides of the ball.
We've seen him in this
do it on special teams.
Seen him in this first quarter already offensively with 5 carries, a team high. But a big stop defensively. He's got the senior fired up.
Well, this is what you'll want, Nick. A strong defense on both sides of the ball. Both defenses playing well.
So it's a 3-and-out. Bowen.
Whoa!
Second
he may
punt
have tapped that.
of the night is sky high. Fair catch called for and made by Emmons. Still in BG territory at the 48-yard line. So gorgeous real estate here for Nashua South as they get set to bring the offense on the field for the 3rd time.
Good field position. Watch this. Good job keeping focus. Had him coming down the line. One thing I've noticed in football, Nick, over the last 3 or 4 years, the officiating lets them get a little closer to the receiver than I remember. It used to be a kind of a guarded space there, but not now. You can go down and cause havoc face to face.
1st and 10, Jackson wrestled down at about the 45-yard line. Good job there. Liam Eder-Linnell, just one of the freshmen. Talked about the youth on the Cardinal side of the field.
Also in there on the stop, Kai Martin.
Yeah, Sam Doty.
Freshman up to the challenge there along the defensive line.
He's really impressive, Sam, Nick. He reads well.
Another bad snap. This one plucked off the turf by Jackson to his left. It's going to scoot out of bounds inside the 45 at the 43. So able to make something of nothing there to bring up a 3rd down and 5.
This defense, Nick, is of both teams. Let's talk about BG right now. Doing a good job holding their end of the bargain here on the defensive line. Good reads by the nobody's chasing the fakes.
3rd and 6 officially. Snap, fake handoff. No, it's a counter. Near side, Levine, a jump cut.
Well done.
Makes his way down to the 38. That's close, but not quite
on
enough.
The spot. I don't think he has it, Nick.
4th down, about an inch.
I think he's about a foot to a yard short. Yeah,
that's very close. So, offense didn't budge. Not going to blink, not going to flinch. They're going to stay on the field here.
These are those plays when you look at Monday morning, Nick, or Monday afternoon, Monday night, whatever.
4th down and a foot. Jackson calls no number. The edge is demolished. 1st down and then some. How about a touchdown? Jackson to the house for 6. It's a 38-yard scramble, and it's a 12-0 Nashua South lead.
Yeah, Jackson is completely zoned in, Nick. It didn't just happen now in the last 2 minutes. He's been in the zone right since the game started. He's been very, very tight with his vision downfield, making good decisions. And, boys, he got some breakout speed. He just split those defenders, and those aren't easy guys to split, Nick. This is speed right there. What a great job. He's throwing the ball well, handing it off well, reading well, passing well. All his mechanics are solid tonight.
Looking good in this first quarter. His team out in front 12-0. Here's a good snap, a good hold, and a good kick right down the middle to cap off the drive. 13-0. The Purple Panthers are out in front. The crowd is fired up. They've scored on their previous 2 drives, and Cody Jackson is a big reason why. 9-yard touchdown run followed by a 36-yard TD here.
Watch them split it. Look, somebody's got to get in. You got to charge it. They kind of waited to catch him rather than looking at the close, and he just split the upright defenders right there. Watch, you're going to see it right. Look at that cut upfield, and boy, he's got a motor there, right, Nick. He's just firing on all cylinders tonight. What I like about him is his thinking, Nick. He's processing very quickly out there. He's seeing the field, and then of course he's got the God-given things to ride it on through. So he's playing super tonight. They're going to have to shut him down if they're going to have a chance in this game.
Cardinals need a response.
Yes, they do.
As they wait on a long kick here, it's Connolly to the 20 to his left. A little hesitation at the 25, and he's dropped there.
Yeah, this is inspired football on all three phases, Nick.
He gets swarmed, led by.
This isn't just a 3 or 4 of your leaders playing this way, Nick. These all of the Purple Panthers are involved.
John McDevitt first on the scene.
So
on the tackle,
I would say Coach Knight was telling us the truth when he thought he had a pretty good week of practice.
Yeah.
They're certainly showing it right now, that's for sure.
Go back and watch that interview if you have not seen it. FNL Gridiron every Thursday at 6. The archives are up on our YouTube channel, FNLNH Media. Hit the like and subscribe button while you're at it. 3 minutes to go, first quarter. Bishop Guertin, they go to Holmes. He fumbles the football, and Nashua South has it.
There's a fumble on the play.
Well, Holmes, I'm not sure if he ever quite had it. It popped loose as he came through the hole, and Nashua South is going to take over.
Well, Nick, they're making their own success here.
And meanwhile, the crowd
We're going to see it right here. Watch this. No, I don't think he ever really had it, Nick.
Taken off the turf by Levesque.
We're going to see it better right here.
See here, Holmes.
Oh, nice. 50.
He's hit by Ndebisi in the hole. He survived that initial hit and then was drilled.
Ndebisi's playing a game
by
and a
Bruno
half.
Goncalves.
Wow.
I think it was Goncalves who's going to get credit in the end for forcing it.
Yep.
It's Levesque who recovers. South has the game's first turnover. They're knocking on the door of the red zone, and they're already out in front 13-0.
Individual player by player, all three phases of the game with South, Nick, they are all doing the extra things that help you win.
Jackson, he's got time. He's going to air it out. Fish can't get to it. It's incomplete in the end zone. The sophomore had the step, but that pass just a bit overthrown.
Just a bit overthrown. That wasn't much. Maybe 15 inch, 16 inches, Nick, the most. That ball just sailed. He saw him. I think he couldn't believe how much separation he had. No, he was maybe a yard, but still great pass route run there.
2nd and 10, back to the air. Jackson and an open man is going to drop this one inside the 5-yard line. It's Diego Cabrera, the senior, is normally extremely sure-handed.
Nick, this is the undefeated South that we saw. You know, when they were 6-0, 7-0. This is the way this team was playing, with this kind of game speed, this kind of attitude, kind of confidence. Yeah,
7 wins out of the gate. They stumbled on the road
to have that one back
against defending champion Bedford, and then were upset last week against Goffstown. But all that ancient history here. With a 13-0 lead on the board in the first quarter. Jackson again looking for Fish, and this time the pass is on the money. It's a touchdown.
This is
24-yard strike. The sophomore Justin Fish celebrates in the end zone, and Nashua South now leading 19-0 over BG.
Yeah, they are on fire, Nick, right now. I mean, they're just playing a different speed right now. I mean, they have been getting faster as the game's gone on, too. And look at that offensive blocking by, let's give him some credit, too. What a great job out there protecting his quarterback, number 77. Give me a second here. I got 3 pages. Trevor Stevens. Trevor, nice job.
Extra point up and good.
Kick is up, and it is
it's Nick Chipcat. Now 2 for 2.
In the quarter, your score,
and South leads 20-0. So Bishop Guertin having to deal with a nightmare scenario here on the road. Trailing by 3 touchdowns early. South, they had the ball first, and they moved the football, but eventually it was a BG stop on 4th down that kept the game scoreless. But since drive number 2, it's been lights out for this offensive unit. Cody Jackson, 2 touchdowns on the ground, and a gorgeous touchdown toss here to Justin Fish.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you, I've seen them throughout the year, Nick, but this is the best. This is the game speed that's going on out there with South right now, Nick, is the fastest I've seen. And that take nothing away from the way they play normally fast. This is hyperspeed here. All things are clicking.
Get to it off the roll. This is Colin Falds, the sophomore, and he's not going to advance much further past the 25-yard line. A sea of purple is there
by number 10.
Once
John
again, the
McDevitt.
special teamer, John McDevitt, given credit for the
It'll be
tackle.
1st and 10 for the Cardinals.
So the young sophomore
from
quarterback,
their own
Nate Bowen,
26-yard line.
who had such a good season last year that even Mike Lockman brought him up. Talking about it's amongst one of the most impressive quarterbacks he's seen this season, regardless of class.
Yeah.
He's got a big task here in front of him
Yes,
with
he
his club
does.
trailing 20-0. Going to hope the ground game can help him out. He tosses here, and it's the third carry for good.
Yeah, if you're looking at something different here, it's just they've gone to that double wing. They have the ability to go both ways. They started off in somewhat more of a spready type offense. They're going to try to get more blockers at the point of attack against this terrific South defensive line and linebacker core. So let's see if this works for them.
And 6 for Cardinals.
Purple Panthers going to load the box here on 2nd and 7.
Oh, that's
Again,
good
up the
movement.
middle, it's good.
Yeah. Right up the gut.
Good movement. As you said, that pile continued to get the push, and it's a first down.
Well, you just overwhelm the two inside tackles with that, Nick. And by the time it hits the linebacker coming in, it's you've got about 1,400 pounds of force coming your way. You just can't stop it. And then the ball runner gets protected right behind it. Kind of a wedge play.
It was Jonah Feliciano on his first carry. Here's Holmes on his second toss, and he's tossed to the ground.
Good twist forward right there. He held the ball with two hands and made sure that he kind of drove that right foot to the side there and got a twist, grabbed another 2 yards. So it's 4 instead of 2. Watch this. This is where you want to see a runner. Look at the protection he has on the ball coming through. And he does that twist, and you can see the South defenders, I thought I had him at the line. Nice job.
Making sure he secured the football that time.
Absolutely.
Holmes, who had fumbled on the previous drive.
Yeah, there.
Meanwhile, a grind-out type of run here. It's Sam Fayed, the junior.
So what,
One of the
BG?
many running backs
Sorry,
for
Nick.
Bishop Guertin who have gotten action this year. He checks into the game for the
So
first time.
what they're looking for is they're trying to force South to load the box to open up some passing alleys. As long as they keep getting yardage, moving the markers, they'll stay at it. Coach Nalen knows what he's doing on this offense, and what he'll do is as soon as they start loading in, linebackers start stepping forward, first glance step forward and inside, safety start coming up, and then that's when you start opening up a play-action pass.
3rd down and 3. Toss to Holmes, right side run, squeaks through the alley, and then some. First down.
Oh, he's got separation.
Inside the 30, it's a foot race at the 20, to the sideline at the 10, still alive at the 5. Looking for the pylon. Is he in?
Oh, wow, they're saying
No, they're
no.
going to rule him down inside the 1-yard line.
I thought he got in, Nick. I thought he hit. He may have had a foot out of bounds ahead of time, but I thought he got in. Hopefully we'll get a good view here. What a great job blocking. They got the wash down. They got the kick out, and then the rest of it.
That's exactly what Bishop Guertin needed, a 53-yard splash play. It's the longest play from scrimmage
How about
in
that
this
call?
first quarter. 1st and goal from the 1. Holmes is rewarded with a carry, and he's into the end zone for a Bishop Guertin touchdown.
That official, Nick, was charging down the field, and he as fast as he could, so he'd get in best position. Just a shout-out to that guy. What a great job officiating. He was out of bounds exactly where he placed the ball. We're sitting up here looking at replay. He did it real time. Great job. Really appreciate these guys.
So now it's Nate Bowen with just 3 seconds remaining in this opening quarter. High snap, good hold. Bowen's kick
Nice
is
kick.
up and good.
Boy, what an athlete this young man is, huh?
So,
They did what they had to do.
Just when you thought Nashua South was going to run away with this thing, BG pumps the brakes. They get a 53-yard run by A.J. Holmes. He stopped just shy of the goal line. They call his number, and he's into the end zone. It's now a 2-score game again at 20-7.
Well, the reason I'm smiling, Nick, is I ran the double wing for 9 years, and I will tell you, I love the offense. You can take a defensive line that may have better personnel than you do. Not saying they do here. I'm just saying that you can do it, and you can still win the game. Coach Nalen tested, kind of spreading it a little bit, kind of open a little bit, but went right to the double wing, and he's got his team with his players. Got this team back on the board with 3 seconds left in the first quarter, within 13 points. So they were running away with it, Nick, and that's really important as they go into the second quarter here.
So the Cardinals have the momentum for now. Nashua South, though, they had scored on the 3 previous trips.
Boy, they look solid.
So the Cardinal defense yet to really make a stop. They, again, held South on that opening drive and forced a turnover on downs, but since then, 3 straight touchdowns from the Purple Panthers.
They've moved Cabrera over to the other side and put
Kachenik to the near side.
To the near side. And that's what I was saying.
Off the bounce. Looks to his right, and his tackle just shy of the 30.
Oh, flag down.
It's our first penalty of the game. Seemed like it was thrown after the tackle was made.
I think you're right, Nick.
Thrown by the referee himself, veteran Steve Hall.
On the tackle.
Yeah, holding. Block in the back,
It's a block in the back against the return
Oh, there it is,
team.
number 10. Yeah, Steve grabbed for it right away. He saw it, and it was right at the point of attack. Nice call. So, Nick, one of the keys to the game was don't kick it in the air to these guys, right to them. Bound it down the field. So not only do they have a penalty to bring them back to the roughly the 15-yard line, they got them down at the 25. So those guys are just too lethal to give an opportunity to change the game on special teams for my thinking.
That's the end of the first quarter here in Amherst.
Nice adjustment.
Nashua South will take the field when we come back. We've got a 20-7 lead, an exciting start to our postseason. You are watching preliminary round coverage of the 2024 NHIAA Football Division I Tournament here on Friday Night Lights, New Hampshire, broadcasting in conjunction with the NFHS Network. Our broadcast today, as it always is brought to you by Beals Insurance Agency, with locations now in both Bedford and Londonderry. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, Beals Insurance will get you both the price and quality coverage that's right for you. Just call 603-471-9999 or visit BealsInsurance.com to request a free quote and start saving money today. Again, that's BealsInsurance.com.
So it'll be 1st and 10 Cardinals.
Okay, chaos just broke loose when we went to the break. And I apologize, I threw it to the break prematurely. Here's the last play. It was an untimed down due to the penalty on the return. And Jackson, able to scramble to his left, threw it up for grabs. The receiver, Diego Cabrera, came down with the football, appeared to make a football move. It was slapped away by one of 2 BG defenders and recovered by Bishop Guertin.
Okay, we're going to see it here. He's got to catch the ball, have full possession, and then make a move. He's got it there. I don't think he ever had control of that football.
Drew Redfern, the defensive back, given credit for forcing the fumble. And Bishop Guertin is going to take over here at their own 40-yard line as the team switch ends.
Very difficult to call, Nick. They were back, and it was just way down the other end, but
so one turnover each way, and now a big run up the middle.
Yeah,
double going to start this drive here for Bishop Guertin as Julian Good with his longest carry of the first half so far, a 5-yard gain.
Double wing working for him right now. They seem to be knocking off that 4, 5, and 6 on first down, and that just changes everything. Really gives you a positive feeling, makes the offensive line feel like they're running downhill. So that's a
second down and 5. Holmes scoots through the hole.
Wow.
Good jump cut, first down and then some into South territory at the 40-yard line.
Offensive line, Nick, doing a fantastic job. This line just seems to gravitate. They seem to play better in the double wing. Look at that wash down right there and kick out block. What a nice job. Good defensive play coming back there on number 6.
It's Diego Cabrera.
What an athlete this young man is.
Below the knee. And again, was responsible for that long catch and fumble a moment ago.
Yes.
First down and 10. Double handoff, and Holmes right side got to swim through some more purple.
Boy, they're
starting
running.
to gash this defense a bit. A 12-yard carry and another Cardinal first down.
This is how you run the double wing, Nick, right here. Multiple guys. Watch, everybody's at the point of attack. You got a kick out there for number. Yep, nice job. It just doesn't give a clean tackle from any of the defenders. And good running there. Now they're going to spread it out. Now they're inside the 40, or the 30, I should say, and they're going to spread things out a bit.
One of multiple looks we expected to see tonight. 4-receiver set here. On 1st and 10, Bowen with time. The sophomore, nobody home. Looking left side, perhaps a communication issue. Charlie Dabrowski, the intended receiver, 2nd down and 10.
Yeah, something had to cross wires there, Nick, for sure. I mean, there was nobody even in that direction, anywhere near that direction. Here he goes. Yeah, he was looking to the right. Yeah, something just I'm surprised they went out of the double wing. Now they're back in it again. I guess he just wanted to try a quick spread play. But, of course, you can flex and spread out of the double wing, too, not give anything up.
Pitch. Holmes, right side, tap dances at the line of scrimmage,
Nice
leads himself forward, but he's going to be repelled there. Again, it's Levine leading the charge defensively. A gain of 1 with the forward progress. 3rd down and 9 coming. 2 minutes gone by second quarter.
There's all kinds of things you can do, Nick. If you stay in that formation, you want to throw it. You used to do a Liz too quick play where you just release the tight end, and when everybody's coming forward in the box, boy, he's just kind of like a quick seam pass. And that can cause havoc with a defense. But sometimes when you go out for a play, then you're coming back in, then you're going out.
3rd and 9 from the 26. Bowen is going to look at Coach Nalen.
Yep. Yeah, Coach Nalen's reading the defense. Looked to me like he made a change.
He's joined by Faulds in the backfield, the sophomore. Snap, throw, and completion. Connolly over the middle. Woo! Touchdown, Bishop Guertin. A 36-yard strike. It's Bowen to Ryan Connolly, and all of a sudden it's a 1-score game again.
I got to tell you.
Connolly has been active on both sides of the ball. He's rewarded there with the 3rd down choice, and he makes the most of it. A good throw, a good catch, a good run after the catch. 6 more on the board for BG.
Yeah, wow. That's just that's a beautiful pass right there. Beautiful pass.
It's also Bishop Guertin's first completion of this first half. Comes with 2.5 minutes gone, second quarter. Bowen is on for the extra point. The sophomore uses his right foot to help his team here. 6-point game, 14 unanswered by the Cardinals. And now the onus on Nashua South to respond.
Yeah, you just got to give BG incredible credit, Nick. It's so easy when the game's going a million miles an hour downhill against you to dig your way out one by one. And they went to what they do best. They went to that inside run game, and those offensive linemen have done a fantastic job. Look at the protection he's got to throw that. Nice pass. Wow.
A 36-yard strike, so Connolly celebrating in the end zone.
I just hard to believe this kid's a sophomore, Nick. What a smart, intelligent.
He's got the physical tools, and as you mentioned,
the height, mechanics.
The temperament. You can see him over there now talking with Coach Nalen. That's A.J. Holmes speaking with the head coach. But Bowen doesn't seem like a sophomore to your point. Has the maturity of an upperclassman.
Yeah, he's reading the field extremely well. A lot of poise for a young man.
This one a bouncer. Far side, it's Kachenik. Going to turn on the gas at the 35, wrapped up at the 40.
Yeah, these guys
falls forward to the 42-yard line. Another good return on special teams for Nashua South.
They're just too good to kick to, Nick. I mean, the average production you're going to get out of both of these guys if they're able to catch the ball and get ahead of steam. It's one thing if you bound it and roll down there and your kickoff team is just swarming because of the time, the slow pace that it gets down there. But if you're going to kick a line drive or a long air ball directly in their hands, Nick, you're asking for curtains.
4-man front for the Cardinals, 4-receiver set for South. It's a first down run for Levine, and he's going to zigzag along the sideline.
Boy, do I love the way he turns. Love the way he turns the corner, Nick.
Just shy of midfield after a gain of 8.
Watch the way this guy. Watch. Watch the way he turns the corner. Went out and then around. He just fakes inside. He'll juke you outside. He'll juke you, fake outside, juke inside. He's got a set of wheels that just.
It's been the bell cow in this first half. 6 carries. First down, this is Levesque, left side, and he's got room along the sideline. Going to carry him in with him inside the 35. And down at about the 32 before it's all said and done. A 17-yard rip there for Colvin Levesque.
As they bring this one back, I think, Nick.
Looks like, was there a flag there?
Yeah, we're going to try to see here. Let's see if we can see on the edge.
Haven't seen many flags in this first half, just one.
Oh, it's a face mask.
Resulting in another.
It's a face mask away from the ball.
Yeah, if you play that again, you'll see. I don't know if we have time, but
it's away from the ball. That's a rare call.
Well, it was. I wouldn't say it was away from it. Watch it again here. You're going to see. It's right here. Now watch him. He pulls the face mask to get away.
Block,
you can't do that.
Yeah, that's on the block.
No, that's a good call. Boy, these officials done a great job. I mean, that's a tough call on the interception call there, Nick. Or the fumble call. I don't think he had possession of it, but it's you had to watch it 3 times to see it.
It was close.
So it was that close. So either way, a great job by the officiating crew so far tonight.
1 turnover each way, 1 penalty each way. They go right back to Levesque. Left side, leans down, inbounds, close to the 15. After a gain of 4, we have 2nd and 6 coming. Pretty good boundary protection there collectively by BG.
Absolutely.
To prevent another big run on the outside. They limit Levesque to just 2 there officially, 2nd down and 8.
If you enjoy offensive line work, offensive execution, you're seeing it on both sides tonight there.
Nashua South scored the first 20 points of the game tonight. BG has stormed back to make it 20-14. Purple Panthers back in the red zone, but hang on, we've got a whistle. And a false start is going to bring this one back.
I think it was a receiver, and he's
against the Panthers. Will back them up 5.
Yeah, I think it was Diego Cabrera. Watch him off to the right-hand side. Yeah, he went off early and came out right away. Panthers. Yeah.
They blew it dead.
Get a little amped up, trying to get, what a great battle that goes on between a cornerback and a wide receiver, Nick. You're just seeing it with 2 great athletes here going at it together.
2 backs with Jackson on 2nd down and 13. Handoff up the middle, and that's Levine. Whole snap shut. He's down at the bottom of that pile somewhere around the 16-yard line.
Yeah,
that'll bring up 3rd down.
Coach, he kind of got tripped up there, so just expending themselves, these defensive line and offensive line, these guys are having a fierce battle with each other in there.
Hole this time is there, and Levine,
good gain,
is going to capitalize. That is very close to a 1st down.
It's right on it, Nick. I don't know if they're going to move it.
He'll get brought down, but that'll be another Nashua South.
Oh, look at him pound his way down the field. Something about these 2 teams play each other. You want to buy a ticket.
South going to stay in the no huddle. 1st down and goal from the 9-yard line. Levine not going to have the room this time up the middle as he's tripped up in the hole. Make that Emmons on the carry. Stopped by Bishop Guertin's Liam Elder Linnell, that freshman up front who continues to make plays for the Cardinals.
South ramping up the tempo a little bit, Nick.
Yeah.
About, no more than 10 seconds in between each play.
2nd and goal from the 6. Left side run. Levine, 2nd effort.
He's over, I think.
That's Emmons in the end zone.
So they answer back. Here we go.
Emmons, the go-to guy in the red zone there, the last 2 carries.
These are
he
impressive.
Finishes off the drive with a 5-yard touchdown run.
Impressive drive, Nick. Both of these teams, you can't say enough about these offenses, the execution they're putting out in the field there right now. But, boy, this running back core, and then you throw Cody Jackson in there, Nick, they are lethal. They just bring so many assets at you at once. Very difficult to contain. Really like the idea of speeding up the tempo.
High snap, good hold. Kick
is good.
Right down the middle. This kid hasn't missed. Nick Shipchak.
So hard to defend when they increase the tempo like that, Nick, when you're on fire like that offensive. You're running downhill, you keep pounding it. Just awful difficult for the defense to be able to get set, get change packages in. Right now, Coach Nalen having a discussion with Steve Hall, just trying to get something organized, I guess. I don't know what it would be, but maybe it was that face mask call. I don't know.
5 minutes in, second quarter, 27 to nothing. Nashua South owned the first 10 minutes of this one, scoring on 3 of their first 4 possessions. Cody Jackson, 2 touchdowns on the ground, and then Jackson found Justin Fish from 24 yards out through the air, 20-0, with inside of 2 minutes to go in that first quarter. BG, they rally. A.J. Holmes, a long 53-yard run, set up a short 1 yard touchdown plunge, 20-7 after 1, and then it was Bowen to Connolly for BG through the air. Speaking of Connolly, here's Ryan, another good return out across the 45. And then, of course, a moment ago, Kyle Emmons for Nashua South. 5-yard touchdown run to make this a 2-score game again at 27-14. We approach the midway point of this second quarter. Both special teams return units have looked good, setting up good field position for their offenses. Connolly able to roll up to the 45 on that one. And now plenty of time here. Just inside of 7 minutes to play in this second quarter. BG going to take over. Bowen spins to his right on first down, follows the guard upfield to about the 47-yard line. Just a 2-yard gain there. As a number of Purple Panthers, they're in the pile. Karuru, we've called his name. Nate Case as well, with another tackle for South. They gave Bowen 3 on that carry. Now back to work for Feliciano, and he is stopped at midfield.
Dive up the middle.
Just a 2-yard carry for Feliciano on his second tote. Now a 3rd down and 5 coming up as we do hit the midway point of this second quarter. First round game, 13 teams in this Division I tournament. The top 3 seeds have the weekend off.
Yep.
They earn the bye.
Londonderry, Exeter, and Bedford.
Yep. The winner of this game will get Londonderry at Lancer Park next weekend. Both teams kind of stumbled their way into this tournament after losing the last 2 regular season games. Here's A.J. Holmes showing you what he can do in the open field. He's wrestled down by Cabrera at about the 27-yard line.
Yeah, this
after a rip of 23 there.
If I would just stay with this double wing, Nick, until they stop it. They haven't been able to stop it yet. The execution that Coach Nail and the staff has got these guys running this offense is just fantastic.
It's been a big first half for Holmes after a slow start to the game.
And they just spread right out.
He has come along very nicely. 53-yard run at the tail end of that first quarter, and 23 more on that carry. Meanwhile, up the middle for Sam Fayed, the junior. His second carry, it's an interior run that produces 2 yards. We have now a second down and 8 on the way. Karuru, his 3rd tackle of this first half.
I'm inspired, Nick, by both of these teams, the intensity in which they're playing this game. The heart that each of these guys are playing with, it's just very, very impressive. It's just good high school football.
Playoff football.
Good playoff football, I agree.
Inside of 5 minutes. Bowen seemingly in no hurry. He's got Good to his right. Handoff is to Good. It's a stretch run, and he's tackled shy of the line of scrimmage. Alex Dolan downfield there. It was actually Cole Patno shed the block and then made the tackle. The junior with his first stop here, and it's now a 3rd down and 4 officially.
Yeah. Just not getting the same type of yardage when they spread out, Nick, that they're getting from the other, and be interested in what they do here.
Bowen finally going to break the huddle.
Offensive line playing, just doing a great job here on both offensive lines are.
Call Holmes' number. He's been the go-to guy on 3rd down, but he's wrapped up and dropped in the hole. Bruno Goncalves. Johnny on the spot there on the tackle for Nashua South, and now Coach Nalen with a hard choice to make here. A 4th down, and it looks like a 1.5 yards at the 20-yard line.
What he wants to do in this play is slip outside. Wants to slide off the back end of that block. Maybe we'll go back later.
BG gets right to the line of scrimmage. 4th down and officially 2. Bowen looks over his right shoulder, and the quarterback and the coach are going to have a word in person. Here's a timeout by the Cardinals. First charge timeout
call by Coach
against Bishop Guertin.
That is the first timeout.
Great call by Coach Nalen there, Nick. just kind of lost a little bit of that concentration that they had there. Not concentration, but they were moving the ball. They got themselves in a 4th and 2. He understands how important this upcoming down is in this game. And you're coming towards the end. You got the timeouts, just like so many good coaches in the state here do. We've seen it all year. Understand where your team's at. Use those times out in the proper places. This is one of them.
In addition, we now have iOS and
Of course, Bishop Guertin,
app downloading.
they are going to receive the second half kick.
Yep.
So that's, I'm sure, on the mind of Coach Nalen here in terms of clock management over the final 3:39
Fourth down, Cardinals.
of this second quarter. They want to control the clock. They got to pick up about 1.5 yards here. 4th and 2 officially. Bowen with a hard count under center. It's a loaded box for Nashua South. Bowen may have just changed the play. Now he puts Holmes in motion, does take the snap, handoff Feliciano, leans forward, and that is going to be close.
Little trap will stop the clock. And
somewhere at the bottom of that pile is Feliciano, and
wow,
this
that's
one
a big one.
is going to be a stop for Nashua South. Goncalves again leading the charge defensively, and it's a big collective team effort there on defense for the Purple Panthers.
As they say, hold the line, right? That's exactly what happened right here. They got in the backfield, got around the guard and tackle. Just great penetration right across the wood. Watch, they're in low. They get low man wins. When you get that low position, the offensive line cannot advance to the degree, to the yardage that they need to get to the stick. Great job.
Jackson on the keeper.
Meanwhile, it's Jackson on 1st and 10 as Nashua South takes over at their own 20-yard line, gets 2 there.
You were talking, Nick, earlier about the game kind of tightening up now. This is a great opportunity with plenty of time left, 3:19 left. They have the opportunity, if they can put a drive down the field, you can get that kind of gap again.
Jackson rolls left, comes back to his right.
He's got the edge.
Looks for a block.
He's got the edge.
And he's got some sideline real estate. Going to slow down after crossing the 30. Ducks out of bounds at about the 33-yard line after a gain of 13.
Well, you're in your own field. Not bad idea to stop the clock, Nick. You've only got, what? How many? You got 2 timeouts, according to the scoreboard. Why not go out of bounds? You're on your own 35. That just extends that above 3 minutes for another play. I wouldn't say plenty of time to run a running game down, but they can move the ball in the air as well.
4 receiver set, 3 strong side left. Shotgun snap. Jackson on 1st down. Plenty of time down the middle.
What a
Cabrera makes the catch on the run, and he will not be caught.
Woo!
A gorgeous 67-yard touchdown. Jackson to Cabrera. And South has rebuilt their largest lead here, 33-14. Well, Cabrera, who may have been hard on himself after losing that contested fumble on the final play of the first quarter, he has more than atoned since then. A gorgeous throw, gorgeous catch, and lightning in a bottle there for South.
Can we get that in the other view in the back? We're going to kick here. Maybe after the kick. We can get that from the other camera, I hope. You just look at the mechanics of Cody Jackson.
Low snap, but a good hold.
Oh.
And that kick hits the upright.
Through.
It's good. A
Wow.
lucky bounce there as it hits the inside of that left upright and does cross. So it is now a 20-point game again, 34-14.
Let's see if we can get that throw from the back view. And you're going to see a quarterback who's very comfortable and very set. Oh, you're unbelievable. Oh, that's the kick. Whoa, there's a good view. Wow.
That's the longest play of the game so far in this first half. A 67-yard touchdown strike. Jackson has thrown for 2 touchdowns and has run for 2 more.
Here it is.
In this first half.
Now watch Jackson. Look at this. Look at that nice, smooth delivery. Wow. His mechanics look like a college quarterback right there. Just terrific job. This man's really impressing me, Nick, his skills. He can do it all. He can run. He can pass. He can read the field defensively. He can do anything.
And there, of course, is the creative end zone celebration from Diego Cabrera. Some good stuff there. Meanwhile, Drew Redfern not going to take a chance. Going to roll to a stop. After fielding that bouncing kick along the sideline, they'll mark it at the 38-yard line. So despite the short return, pretty good field position here for the Cardinals. Still with 2 timeouts to work with, 2:47 on the second quarter clock. Coming up at halftime, a look back at this first half, stats, highlights, analysis. It's been an electric opening 24 minutes, a lot to get to. And, of course, the playoff scoreboard as well. There's action across the state tonight in the first round. We'll get you those scores, too. Meanwhile, it's Bowen on 1st and 10. Hands to good, and he's cracked at the second level by Emmons. Well, that's a pretty tackle. The senior going to flex his muscles. Good, though, still scratched out 4 yards. We've got a 2nd and 6 coming up.
Tremendous amount of energy, Nick, when you look back at this half expended. It's amazing how you play 4 quarters with this, but these guys are in great shape, and they're just leaving it out there.
Bowen going to throw on the run on 2nd down, and that's complete. Connolly leans his way into South territory at the 49-yard line.
And got out of bounds. They got time. They got two timeouts and 2:18 left. And they're inside South territory. So
officially at the 49. 13-yard pickup there. 2nd catch for Connolly. Of course, he scored on a 36-yard grab for BG earlier in the second quarter. 4 receivers again. As Coach Nalen wants to spread it out. He's got 1 in motion here to the near side and 3 to the top right. Now Good is going to go in motion to the near side as well. Now it's an empty set. 4 down lineman for South. Bowen, he's got time. He's going to air it out.
He's got some space.
Looking for Holmes. Can't find it.
Impossible almost to get that. That would have been unbelievable. Right over the back end of his helmet. And it didn't have a lot of height either, so. But second down, 140, 2 timeouts. They have time.
Bowen going to regroup here. He's looked pretty good in this first half. A couple of completions. They haven't called his name in the run game at all.
No.
And, of course, Holmes has been the offensive star more or less for BG with a pair of big runs and a touchdown of his own.
He's fought for every yard.
Final 100 seconds, first half. 2nd down and 10 from the South 49. Bowen back to throw over the middle, that one incomplete. It was behind Connolly, who tried to twist and reel that in but could not.
Might have been a good thing, Nick, that was a little behind him because it looked to me like number 8 had a bead on it.
Kyle Emmons,
yes.
Looming in the area, the dangerous big hitter. All right, now it looks like a cover 4 here, Steve, with 4 men along the stick, which is at the 39-yard line, trying to defend the first down. Bowen's going to come near side. Connolly makes the catch, turns, tries to tiptoe along the sideline, is knocked out near the 40, about a yard short of the stick. It's a great effort after the catch.
Awesome effort
by Connolly on his 3rd grab, but the junior is short of the first down, so a 4th and 1.
Yeah, I think you have to go for it, Nick. You got 1:19 left, still have 2 timeouts.
That'll be good for another Cardinal first down. 1st and 10, Bishop Guertin from the Nashua South 39-yard line.
Well, they are going to give it to him. Okay.
Well, they did give him first down.
That's a favorable spot, if I may say so.
Yeah, I don't know if they – I thought he was out of bounds, Nick. Yeah, but, I mean, again, they're right there, so.
Yeah. All right, so we have a timeout.
5 seconds to go here.
With 1:05 remaining, the football is now spotted at the South 39-yard line, the 1st and 10. Coming up for Bishop Guertin. Well, this one, a rematch of week number 1. That was a game in which South started hot like they did tonight. They scored the first 15 in that September matchup. BG, they rallied back to tie the game in the 4th quarter. We had overtime in that one. 21-15 ended up being the final. South with a win. Purple Panthers went on to start the year 7-0 for the first time in a long time under head coach Scott Knight. They've dropped the last 2. And Bishop Guertin really an up-and-down year, a 1-2 start. Then they got hot, won 4 in a row. Came back down to earth the last 2 weeks on the road. So both teams looking to survive and advance here tonight.
I think, Nick, we may look back at what happens in this drive as a big part of the game. I predict that.
Bowen for Connolly's wide open, and he's gone.
Well, there you go.
Touchdown, Bishop Guertin, 39 yards as Coach Nalen obviously called the right play in the huddle that time.
Well, that's that seam pass. Let's take a look at this. That's that inside seam pass. What happens is they have to start stacking the box. Too many resources. See them all coming forward, and there he is. Splits the. Wow. That's just a great call by Coach Nalen and his staff. That was just a perfect call for the defense that was thrown. Look at that. Completely splits that seam. We were talking about that earlier, Nick. I call it a Liz too quick where you do it with a tight end. Same idea. They start stacking the box. Linebackers come forward. Cornerbacks come up. Everybody screws down, and that seam's wide open, and nobody can catch him.
Extra point, no good. As that kick off target. So it stays a 14-point gap at 34-20 with just inside of 1 minute to go until halftime.
Cody Jackson looks phenomenal. This young quarterback, this sophomore, does not play like a sophomore for BG. This kid is something special. He is just he just really impressed me. Both of these quarterbacks in this game are playoff-worthy athletes, Nick, and they've got their teams humming. And we've got 54 points on the board with 59 seconds and 2 quarters. That's high potency right there.
Sure is.
And if they're going to advance further, whoever wins this game, they're going to need that.
Reminder, we're live next weekend as well for quarterfinal coverage. Hit the like and subscribe buttons. Friday Night Lights New Hampshire on YouTube at FNLNH Media, your home for live playoff football this November. Nick and Astis, Steve Beals with you from Souhegan High School in Amherst. Nashua South scored the first 20 points of the game, led a moment ago by 20 as well. BG with an answer, and here we are, a 14-point gap at 34-20. On the return, that is Gus Smiley. Makes his way up to the 49-yard line before he's stopped by Feliciano. A good return by the youngster.
Yes, it was.
And this is what Coach Knight wanted, some short field position here with still 58 seconds to work with.
Yeah, and he's got 2 timeouts now as well. I thought both head coaches, Nick, have done a great job with preserving the timeouts that they didn't need, but calling the ones they did. I thought they did a nice job tonight, both sides. Well-managed games by both of these groups.
Coach Knight's been doing it a long time, 22 years as the head coach. He's been in these kind of situations before. He's going to let his quarterback throw. Jackson, who's been on fire in this first half, finds Levesque along the sideline for a 12-yard gain and a first down.
Look at that weak side throw, Nick. Rolls. I always love quarterbacks that can roll out. To me, that you got to be able to do it in today's football, especially high school and college. And in that situation, when you get a guy that's that coordinated with that kind of arm strength on his weak side roll, let me tell you, that's a full-blooded quarterback right there.
1st and 10, Jackson. A quick shot here, and a catch is made. This is Kachenik. Going to tumble down to about the 25-yard line, and that should be enough for a first down. It is a 10-yard catch.
Talk about a young man leading his team. Cody Jackson's doing it tonight.
Feliciano, another tackle for BG. South trying to scramble to the line here inside of 40 seconds on 1st and 10. Another rollout, Jackson, eyes downfield. This time going to tuck and run and escapes out of bounds at about the 26-yard line, a 4-yard gain.
4-yard gain, nothing there, just athletic ability. What I liked about this, you're going to see, watch him fake like he's going to throw it downfield to keep the defender at bay. Watch this. Watch when he rolls out here. Weak side, folks. Look at this. Watch him fake the throw here. See him fake? He holds it back, acts like he's going to throw, and then he beats the guy outside for a 4-yard gain, and most importantly, stop the clock.
Full empty set here. 5 receivers for South. 2nd down, Jackson. There's a pump fake. There's a throw.
But there's a flag.
Home, and now a flag is thrown along the sideline.
He got pushed out of bounds.
The side judge all over it. The flag is down at about the 14-yard line.
And that's a big one right there. That's going to set them up with the 25 seconds. 2 timeouts. Coach Knight can stop the clock, and they're going to be inside the red zone. You talk about 2 offenses that have been extremely efficient with not only the time and the clock, play sequencing, all of it. Both these offenses have been very efficient. Cody Jackson just wowing me, Nick. I tell you, he's got all the goods.
And despite that penalty there, both teams have been relatively clean.
Yes.
Just 2 penalties each way.
Yep. And that face mask was incidental. He's trying to block him. He's slipping away and just got caught in the mask. And
about 3 yards.
Second down and 3. Following the 10-yard penalty from the 19-yard line. They go back to Levine. He goes back up the middle, leans forward down to the 10-yard line. It's a 9-yard carry and a first down. They're going to stop the clock for a moment to move the chains.
This is
terrific
Coach
Knight is going to use his second timeout here.
Terrific management. Offensive coordinator called that, I believe.
Each team has one remaining.
Now each team with 1 remaining. As the football is where, Steve? On
looks like on the 11.
10 yards. I was about to say inside, between the 10 and 11-yard line. Enough for South potentially to pick up another first down near the goal line. So there's 20 seconds to go. South, they're looking for points before halftime. BG is set to receive to begin the third quarter, so that's something to bear in mind here, as Coach Knight would love to make this a 3-score difference at halftime as opposed to 2.
Oh, it's huge, Nick. I mean, you start getting into the middle of the third quarter. If you can hold them off, then all of a sudden the clock becomes a real factor, as we've seen in so many games. That coming through with more than 3 touchdowns with a quarter and a half left is a very difficult thing to do. You need something really beneficial to happen for the opposition to have any chance. So this is a big deal.
Hoping to lock things up here defensively over the final 20 seconds. Levesque is in motion. Levine going to follow him through the hole. He's going to dive towards the end zone, and he is close. He is in.
How big is that?
A touchdown for Sam Levine, a 9-yard run. He was able to extend the football over the goal line on his way to the ground for the score.
Let's take a look at the offensive line blocking. I believe it was number 68 you're going to see if we get the back view. We are. Watch number 68. I believe it was him. Look at that block right there. Right downfield. Had a good seal block on the inside. 68 just came out and got the outside linebacker. Excellent form. Excellent tactics.
Kick up.
That's no good.
No good. It squeezes outside.
That's 2 points.
Right upright, so it's no good.
So now we're within 3 touchdowns, Nick, 40-20.
Yeah.
You get those 2, it's 42-20. Pretty hard to do. You've got to get a bunch of 2-pointers in order to do it. So these points could have a factor, but take nothing away from the efficient offensive 6 points that they just got. Offensive line did a terrific job for South.
That's the first missed extra point for Chipchak. And the second blunder for the special teams unit, as the first extra point try back in the first quarter was the result of a bad snap, a high, faulty snap. And Chipchak never attempted the kick. So that's his first miss. Nonetheless, a statement being made by Cody Jackson in this offense. 40 points on the board here for Nashua South with still 13 seconds remaining. A squib kick is going to send Drew Redfern to the ground as the BG youngster wraps up the football. He's marked down at the 31-yard line.
Let's not lose sight of what Nathan Bowen's doing for BG as well. The kid's a young sophomore playing like a senior leader. He's just been terrific. But the potency and the efficiency of the South offense, Nick, has just been terrific tonight. And Cody's doing everything that possible to help his team, but he's getting some help from his teammates as well, running good pass routes, good blocking up front, giving him the kind of open pocket for him to get that tall frame vision down the field. And this guy's the whole package. Both these quarterbacks are going to be solid.
See how aggressive or not aggressive BG is. They're going to drop
that's
a knee.
enough. He said, yep.
And Bowen will bring his unit into the locker room. It's a big lead on the board. Nashua South doubling up Bishop Guertin 40-20 after a high-scoring first 24 minutes here in Amherst. What a game. Cody Jackson's looking good. Bishop Guertin's A.J. Holmes has a couple of highlights. Of course, Ryan Connolly has scored twice as well. So
a lot of good football players on this field tonight.
Absolutely, and a lot to look forward to in the second half as well. Coming up, full recap, stats, highlights, analysis, and an anxious look at the out-of-town scoreboard as well on a do-or-die Friday here on Friday Night Lights, New Hampshire. You are watching preliminary round coverage of the 2024 NHIAA Football Division I Tournament right here on Friday Night Lights, New Hampshire, presented by Beals Insurance. Our broadcast today, as it always is brought to you by Beals Insurance Agency, with locations now in both Bedford and Londonderry. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, Beals Insurance will get you both the price and quality coverage that's right for you. Just call 603-471-9999 or visit BealsInsurance.com to request a free quote and start saving money today. Again, that's BealsInsurance.com. The New Hampshire Tomahawks promote the highest level of club lacrosse competition, not just in the state, but in the country. Looking to get recruited? Director Chris Cameron keeps an open dialogue with the nation's top college lacrosse coaches. Over 400 New Hampshire Tomahawks alumni have played at the college level, including the ACC, Big East, Big Ten, Ivy, NESCAC, NE10, and more. The New Hampshire Tomahawks coaching staff has over 100 coaches, including current high school varsity and college coaches. The Tomahawks offer training for players of all ages, clinics, camps, and leagues, along with spring, summer, and fall elite teams. So play with the best. The New Hampshire Tomahawks, showcase and development for college lacrosse. Visit NewHampshireTomahawks.com and girls.nhtomahawks.com. How can you reach your team's fundraising goals at no risk and no cost? MG Sports offers a variety of products to make your team's fundraiser a success. Their products include discount tickets, cards, and calendar raffles to hundreds of local merchants throughout the New England area. Don't waste another season. Raise more funds than ever before and become another football program in New Hampshire that sets fundraising records every season. MG Sports, fundraising made easy. Visit mgsportsfundraising.com to start raising money for your team today. Colonial Printing is family owned and celebrating 50 years of quality print services for New Hampshire businesses and can help yours as well. Whether it's creative design, digital or offset printing, or banners and signs, with state-of-the-art technology, unlimited industry sources, and the ability to think outside the box, Colonial Printing will help you get your job done. To see their full list of services, promo products, and portfolio, or to request an estimate, visit colonialprintingnh.com. That's colonialprintingnh.com. Well, back here at halftime in Amherst, we've got a pop-up rainstorm to deal with, seemingly out of the blue, catching us here by surprise. The skies just suddenly opened up moments ago, soaking the field, the stands, and those who sit in them, including the broadcasters. So bear with us as we try to get our bearings here at halftime. 20-14. An impressive first half from Nashua South. They double up Bishop Guertin. After a 3-and-out, they scored 20 unanswered points in that first quarter. Cody Jackson was the star unofficially. 199 yards through the air, a couple of touchdown passes. And he was also lethal on the ground in that first half, scoring twice and unofficially accumulating 86 more rushing yards as well. Bishop Guertin got things going late in that receiving yards on 4 receptions. And he scored twice, once from 39 yards out and the other from 36. So the big play has been available for both offenses so far tonight. At least it was prior to this rainstorm. So, Steve, how does the sudden change in climate affect what we may see in the second half moving forward?
Well, with an AstroTurf field, with a turf field, I should say AstroTurf. Boy, that was back in the 70s, I think. Not as much. These fields are designed to drain extremely well, but it could make it a little bit slick, but it might slow the game down just a little bit. It's probably going to affect the passing game, I would think. And, of course, ball security right now is going to be at a premium in this second half. If I was BG running the double wing, I'd like it because I think it kind of this air game that Cody Jackson and his crew are playing has been pretty lethal, Nick. And so I think it probably plays in BG's hands. But, boy, I'll tell you, even withstanding that, the way South is playing right now, Nick, it's going to be an upward battle because they are just playing to a T. I think this thing's going to blow by, and as soon as it does, it's not like a lot of accumulation. So I think conditions will probably correct themselves pretty quick.
It's also been pretty windy, and that wind has
sheets of rain
has really accelerated over the last half hour or so. It's gotten cold, it's gotten wet, and appropriate November football, I suppose, up here in New England.
Yep,
in store for the second half. South trying to get themselves psyched back up. Steve, what'd you see there? Obviously, two teams that can put up points very quickly. I'd imagine both defensive coordinators aren't very pleased with how things went. Anything different that you see from a game plan perspective for these two teams? Obviously, Cardinals with a lot of work to do down 20.
Yeah, I think the Cardinals have scored with just sheer will to try to stay in the game, and I'm very impressed with that, Nick. Young team, and very impressed with the way they've done that. But as far as South is concerned, Nick, they've racked up 40 points. Could have 42 if they had converted to 2 kicks. That's a lot of points and a half. So I don't know. When I look at the second half, what was the question really? How do I assess the game so far, you mean? Is that kind of?
Well, a little bit of both here. I'd imagine changes need to be made defensively.
I'm sorry.
So
yes, that's right.
What do we see there?
Yeah. I would say that BG's secondary has been a little baffled with some of these seam routes. But let's keep in mind the quality of the quality athletes that these receivers are. These guys are fast. They're agile. And what's happening is BG's got to kind of give them a little bit of space from what I'm seeing because they're so athletic and they run their routes so well. And then you got Cody Jackson throwing the ball who's releasing it in the hands of the receiver before he's even looked, and it's right on target. So to me, that's an area where I think South's had an advantage. I think their defensive backfield, even BG's been able to pass the ball. They had that nice seam pass, but I think in a high-scoring game like this, I think that they're doing a little bit better than the BG. Let's see. That's an adjustment I would want to make. At this point, the risk factor's got to go up when you get in the middle of the third quarter, Nick, for BG. So I just think they got to start taking risks on the defensive backfield, tightening down a little bit.
So it covered up.
You get beat. You know what I mean? You just get beat. I mean, you're down 20 points. You got to try to make something happen here midway through the third quarter. Start ramping it up a little bit.
So Nate Bowen, the sophomore quarterback, he threw for 2 touchdowns in that first half. He had 4 completions. They all went to Ryan Connolly, the junior receiver. A.J. Holmes, he's approaching the 100-yard mark himself. After a long of 53 in that first half, he stands unofficially at 99. He's going to take the first carry of this second half, and it looks like 3 yards and a cloud of dust up the middle.
I'm looking at the radar, Nick, and it looks to me like this rain is going to be going by us pretty quickly. It may pick up for a short while, and then, it looks like it's starting to right now as the edge of the green goes by us. But I think after that it's going to be pretty clear sailing, but it's picking up.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah.
Again, we were rain-free throughout the first 2 quarters tonight. Play action pass, and this one incomplete. Over the middle, intended for Holmes. Looks like it skimmed off his left hand there. And that overhead attempt ends up incomplete. We got a 3rd down and 6 coming up as BG hopes to avoid a 3-and-out.
Yeah, it was just thrown a little high, and it was off. A lot of traffic in there, Nick, on that.
I'm going to stick with this spread formation. 4 receivers. Good is the running back to the left of Bowen. South is only going to rush 3. 3rd and 6, quick throw, and that one sails and incomplete. Trying to find Fayed.
Was that Smiley?
At midfield. Smiley was in the area, as was Goncalves for Nashua South.
Yep.
The incompletion brings up a 4th down and 6, and it looks like the Cardinals will have to punt the football.
Yeah, that's not what they wanted to do, receiving the football in the opening here, Nick. They really want to move the ball, at least get good field position and put them down deep. But wouldn't be surprised if you see South go with a little bit more of the running game, Nick, to burn clock, because that's really working against them, and they've been able to run the ball just the same.
Here's the punt from Bowen. It's going to take a bounce inside the 40 before it's down just shy of the 37.
It's pretty good field position to start.
So Nashua South, they looked unstoppable at times when they had the football in that first half. Cody Jackson, the junior quarterback, looked more like Lamar Jackson.
I thought of that earlier.
Had 2 touchdowns on the ground, 2 more through the air. His numbers look healthy, and more importantly, his squad with a comfortable 20-point lead as he takes over here with less than a minute gone by in the third quarter.
Yeah.
4 receivers. We'll see if Coach Knight stays with the no-huddle offense throughout the second half as well. It has worked in his favor for sure. Here's Levine on a stretch run. He was the bell cow in that first half. He's got a touchdown to his credit tonight. He's approaching 100 yards so far, as he's over 80 with that 3-yard gain. It's 2nd down and 7.
Yeah, that wind is cold. The wet wind is cold, and it is, it's November. Starting to feel like November.
That cold November rain.
Yep.
This one incomplete.
Probably better off being incomplete there, Nick. I think he was. I don't think that was any gain. It may have even been a loss in that case if he caught it.
Trying to find Kochenik. He's going to come off the field here. He's replaced by Levesque, who comes jogging on. BG's O-line is ready to South's O-line is at the line of scrimmage ready to go.
They've really provided Jackson a lot of good pockets to throw out of, Nick. And that ball slippery. Football.
It's on the ground. Jackson has to dive on it. And it's a big loss on 3rd down. He's marked down at the 28. And Nashua South now looking to punt the football. So both defenses forcing 3-and-outs to begin this third quarter.
That ball is cold and slick. So that he was very fortunate. In a situation like this, you just want to fall on that ball. Don't try to pick it up and run with it. You're up 40-20. You don't want to give the ball away in your own 30-yard line.
Of course, these long snaps become potentially dangerous in this kind of weather as well. That's a good one. And this may be a fake. Emmons is going to tuck and run near side, looking for the marker. He's got the first down and then some. Into BG territory, still on his feet at the 40.
Unbelievable.
Before he's mobbed down at about the 37-yard line. Kyle Emmons out of the punt formation takes it up the sideline for a first down.
This is a player that's running at a different speed than everybody else next to him, Nick. Look at the grace in which he runs and the power at the same time. He's a dynamite athlete, and the way he turns the corner, I've been talking about it all game. There's something about the way he plants and wheels the corner, Nick, that just makes defenders have fits trying to tackle this young man. He's very impressive tonight. Been impressive all year, but something's going on here with South, Nick. They have come back in this game, playing a good BG team with a lot of intensity and a lot of skill.
Started the year 7-0 for a 2-game skid to end the regular season.
Cody Jackson,
but they have not at all seemed fazed by the way the regular season ended tonight as they continue to matriculate the ball down the field.
That's a good read by Cody right there. He had the split in the middle. If you see this on replay, maybe later.
South doesn't give us time to
they're up in the tempo.
Kachenik to the second level, dragged down by Fayed after crossing the 25-yard line.
You know, Coach Knight's kind of cool all the time. He's not a guy that goes wide, emotional on the field. But I got to tell you, he's got to be one happy coach right now the way his team is responding tonight. They are playing with – look at that.
Throw out, incomplete.
That ball's wet.
Yeah, it was there. Sliding attempt made by Levesque, but he couldn't get there. Kind of bounced off his shoulder pad as he tried to pull it in. So a second down will stop the clock. 3.5 gone by in this third quarter. Good news is the rain has basically slowed to a stop here at this point. Very bizarre. A pop-up halftime shower.
Yep.
Just to make everybody wet here in Amherst. All right. A 2nd and 10. Going to put him back in motion. They fake to Kachenik. Jackson has got a man.
Nice play.
Catch made on the way to the ground by Levine inside the 15 at the 14.
If you're looking for a quarterback that can do everything on the field, Nick, and you're going to scout a young quarterback, look at the size, look at the height that he has, the mental quickness that he has on the field. But he can roll out either side of the field, Nick, and he's just showing a full repertoire of quarterback skills here tonight. I can't say enough about him.
After that 11-yard completion, he's got his team back in the red zone, a 1st down and 10 from the 15. It's an inside run. And again, Kachenik struggling to find room up the middle. BG with Joseph Kearns there.
Yep. Yeah, BG, Nick, in this situation, they really need to hold here. It's not impossible, but it really ramps up
it's a 4-man front.
Ramps up the percentage of.
And another empty set here. Looks like man coverage. Meanwhile, Jackson may have just checked out of the play. He's going to pump. No, he's going to throw. That one sails a bit.
Wow.
Intended for Cabrera in the end zone, but incomplete. So now a 3rd down and 10. And really a big opportunity here for Bishop Guertin on 3rd and 10. With now 4.5 minutes gone by. Still, quote-unquote, plenty of time, but we're nearing the midway point third quarter.
Yeah,
you need to stop here.
That ball is slick. I'm really surprised they're not running and eating more time off the clock, to be honest with you, Nick. You don't want to pick 6 or anything like that from a tipped ball or a ball that slips through the hands and goes into your opposition.
Jackson on a quarterback draw. Breaks to the outside. Into the end zone, but there's a flag on the play.
Can't imagine what that would be.
It comes at the tail end of the run. It may have been a hold.
Let's see this again. Let's see again. We got it right here.
Well, it appeared like.
Okay, nothing there. Now he cuts right. Yeah, he grabbed his arm. Good call. Yep. Grabbed his arm.
Maybe a hold on the receiver. Let's see. The officials are talking it over. Steve Hall is our referee.
No, it's a hold on South, Nick, for sure. What happened was that the tackler was trying to turn outside, and the South blocker grabbed his shoulder, and you could clearly see he was controlling his body there. So good call.
just 2 flags each way.
Yep, that's all.
Against each of these teams in the first half.
It'll be third down.
And it's our first penalty since halftime. It comes nearly 5 minutes in. All right, Jackson again. We're going to redo this thing here. It's 3rd down and 7 with the football at the 13-yard line. Jackson looks left, throws over the middle, and that one is...
I think they're going to give it to him.
Touchdown.
Touchdown, yep.
Wow. Sliding catch. The sophomore, Justin Fish. That one very close to hitting the turf, but somehow the youngster got his hand underneath it. And it's a 3rd touchdown toss tonight for Cody Jackson. South extends the lead to now 46-20.
Yeah, you're going to see it looked like a clean catch to me. There's no ground there. We're going to see a good one right here. You'll see it right here in slow-mo. Oh, great job, Ben. He comes in. Yeah, that's a good scoop right there.
Yeah.
All chest. Yeah, did a good job of cradling that and then turning his body over to not let it appear to touch the ground. So
2 touchdowns tonight for the sophomore, Justin Fish. He scored one back in the first half. And, of course, Jackson has spread the ball out tonight. 2 to Fish. Meanwhile, this one
fire drill
has got the holder in a twist. That's Jackson down there.
They've struggled with that.
A bit of a wild snap. The kick never gets off the ground. And it stays 46-20 as a result.
I don't think that run for the first down back we saw here, Nick, was by design. I think it was after the fact. Didn't really, on the punt over here. Maybe it was, and if it was, boy, that's a gutsy call.
On the fake punt?
Yeah.
Tough to tell.
Yeah, tough to tell. But let's assume that one. But as far as the extra points, Nick, I think there's at least 3. Did they miss 3 or 4?
Well,
2 in the first half.
Right. They've only actually missed 1 kick. We've had 2 bad snaps.
Correct.
And 1 missed kick.
Yep.
Either way, 3 missed opportunities to your point.
Yep.
But nonetheless, a comfortable 26-point lead here for Nashua
you're racking
South.
up that many touchdowns.
Now, Bishop Guertin, they've only run 3 plays on offense here in this third quarter.
Yeah, they really needed to come out, Nick, and move the ball down the field to give them the kind of, That's
what the situation called for.
Exactly.
But it's one thing to know what to do. It's another to execute against this South team as they forced a 3-and-out on their earlier possession. Look at this kick. Connolly says no chance. He lets it roll out of the end zone. It's a good boot by Gallagher. He's one of several kickers in action tonight for Nashua South. So a touchback is going to bring the ball out to the 20-yard line for Nathan Bowen and the Cardinals.
Well, if the reason we don't have the clock is because of the rain, we had to move the move it in. We're working on. John's working on that right now, trying to get it back.
Well, just inside, or just about 5 minutes gone by.
Yep.
In this third quarter. And again, just the second possession for Bishop Guertin. They trailed by 26 for the first time tonight. Surrendered the first 20 points in the first quarter. Came back with back-to-back touchdowns to get as close as 6. But since then, South has extended the lead. Meanwhile, Holmes, he's been the go-to guy offensively. He's going to get another 10 rushing yards to his credit there on an up-the-middle run. Karuru, another stop. Middle linebacker for Nashua South now with a handful of tackles unofficially.
Yep.
Good to his right. Bowen going to bark out the signals here with 2 receivers to each side. Going to fake the pass. No, fake the run, throw the pass. It's incomplete. Holmes upset with himself. As you can see there, may have taken his eye off that wet football. It hits the turf, incomplete, 2nd and 10.
Yeah, the play is not easy out there, Nick. It's when it gets cold. It's one thing if it's an 80-degree night and you've got a wet ball, but boy, when it gets cold, the ball gets hard. Leather is not soft, and it just turns into like trying to catch a popsicle.
2nd down and 10.
How about that for an analogy?
Back to the tee. And good is swallowed up. There's that penetration. We've seen that at times tonight from Nashua South. Nathan Case checking in there in the backfield.
Yeah, good defense.
Cabrera giving credit for the stop as well. So, another 3rd and long here for Bishop Guertin as they hope to avoid another 3-and-out. I'm going to go 3 receivers short side left here.
Yeah, going to spread it out here.
And just 1 to the top of the screen. As you can see, that's Redfern. A little bit of movement up front.
Yep.
Fingers are pointed.
I didn't see any offensive line move, but maybe the left guard did, Nick. I'm not sure.
Maybe the young sophomore up front.
I saw him stand up kind of quick. So it was almost. Yeah, I think they're going to get a false start. No, it is. No, it's encroachment.
Neutral zone infraction
You're the
against
best.
the Panthers.
Thank you so much. Well, a nice fan here gave us a couple of dry seat cushions. Thank you, sir.
I absolutely appreciate that. Again, half hour ago or so, a pop-up shower soaked the field, soaked the stands, and soaked our cameras as well. So bear with us as we navigate forward here. We're at the midway point, third quarter. 46-20 Nashua South. BG after the 5-yard South penalty. Now facing a 3rd down and 7. That was, by the way, just the 3rd penalty tonight. Against South, we've seen 3 each way. Handoff for good. Big hole up the front, but needed to get to the 40 and maybe Mark just short of that. Yes, he is. They're going to stop at the 39. Goncalves and Case and a couple others there for South. So 3rd down turns to 4th and 1. 4th and about a foot here. The football halfway between the 39 and the 40-yard line as we move toward the 5-minute mark here to go in the 3rd quarter. Well, obviously, BG are going to go for it. From their own 39-yard line, trailing big. Bowen going to break the huddle. Going to put Holmes in motion, call his own number. It's a sneak. Still fighting is Bowen. Did he get the forward progress? I think so. Again, only needed about 10 inches or so.
Ooh, they get the first down.
It is a first down.
So that'll be good for a Cardinal first down.
Didn't get much, but didn't need much.
Yeah, we're going to see it right here. Let's see what it looks like.
Yeah, good luck.
Yeah, good luck trying to spot that one.
But again, he stays moving.
Yep.
So,
yeah, he kept on driving his legs. He certainly got the benefit of the doubt there.
Yeah, 1st and 10. Pitch, Holmes, right side, trying to bounce to the outside, and does get the corner. First down and then some. At the 40, he's going to cut it back to the middle, breaks a tackle, and spins his way down to the 31-yard line.
That man's playing his heart out. I'll tell you, what an impressive run. It's a classic example of keeping the legs moving, Nick. He never stopped. He took impact, and he has a nice way of lowering that. Watch him lower the shoulder as he leans forward right here. Now watch this. This is how a runner is able to glance and grab another 5 yards. Lowers it. Boom, right there. Puts himself in a position. They tackled high there, and he took advantage of it. What a nice run.
About a 30-yard gain there for Holmes.
Yep.
Puts him over the century mark tonight. On 1st and 10, Bowen to the right, squirts through the hole. Ends up at the 2nd level, tumbled down where? At about the 24-yard line for a gain of 8.
Yep.
And as we had 4 minutes to go in this 3rd quarter, it's 2nd and 2.
This drive is what they needed when they opened the 3rd quarter, Nick. They needed something like this, but there's still time. There's 4 minutes left. If they can score here and grab 7, you're within 19 points in the game. It's by no means over yet. But their defense has got to come up big with some stops if they're going to have any chance in this game.
Trying to get back inside the red zone here on 2nd and 2. Holmes cuts up the middle, leans forward. And again, it's down close to the marker near the 22-yard line.
Looks like about a yard short.
3rd down and 1 coming up inside of 4 minutes. Ticking down towards 3 here, 3rd quarter. South never trailed tonight. Scored the first 20 points. Led 20-7 after 1. Kept the foot on the gas in that 2nd quarter. Ended up doubling the Cardinals in the first half, 40-20. Our score at the break, it's now 46-20.
Oh, nice
in favor
hole.
of South. Here on 3rd and short, Holmes to the right. He should have it. Was pushed back.
Yeah, Nick's got enough pen scratch on his roster there. You can't even read it anymore.
No.
He's got stats. It's just a shame.
It's full of blurry blue ink.
Yeah.
At this point, after that rainstorm. 1st and 10, and this is Redfern, and he's pushed back. That Redfern, no, it was a keeper for Bowen. Either way, it's blown up. There's Levine leading the charge. Also, Patno was checked in here and there. I mean, this
nice
this
stop
South
right
unit
there.
starting to play with some confidence here on the defensive side.
Yeah, and they've played well on both sides of the ball, Nick, tonight. Their defense good. You got to give BG credit when they were, with the points that they've been able to put on the board. But
second down and
there's been a lot of transactions of change of possessions here, so the opportunities to score have been, and a lot of these drives have been, really short time as far as score. So.
Got a timeout here. Nashua South is going to use a timeout to address the defense ahead of this upcoming second down and 9. Our broadcast tonight brought to you by Beals Insurance, locations in both Bedford and Londonderry. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, Beals Insurance gets you the price and quality coverage that's right for you. Visit BealsInsurance.com. Also by MG Sports Fundraising. That's fundraising made easy. MG Sports Fundraising is the official fundraising partner of Friday Night Lights New Hampshire. Visit MGSportsFundraising.com. Start raising money for your team today. By the New Hampshire Tomahawks, showcase and development for college lacrosse. Visit NHTomahawks.com and also girls.NHTomahawks.com. And finally by Colonial Printing, family owned and operated for over 50 years. Start your next project today at colonialprintingnh.com. Nick Anastas, Steve Beals with you. Preliminary round action. The winner will face Londonderry in the quarterfinal round. And on second and 8, we've got a sack. That's Ndabisi.
Number 50 again.
He's one of the captains, and he has been a terror.
He has been a terror
for Nashua South.
I like that. That is exactly what he's been. He has been a disruptor right from the first kickoff, Nick, and his first defensive opportunity. Very impressive. Very strong, very athletic, got a great frame.
Came inside on that rush, by the way.
He gets separation really, really well. Very slippery.
Third down and 14.
Coach well, plays well.
They may need to go to the air here. Bowen out of the gun is going to throw. He's got a man.
It
is caught by Fade for a touchdown. Wow. A bullet from 14 yards out. No, from 24 yards out is going to make this a closer game at 26-46.
And can get it within 19 points if they can get this extra point, Nick. I don't think they'll go for 2. I think they'll take the 19. We'll see what they do. Yeah, they're going to kick it, I think. No, maybe not.
Well, A.J. Holmes just had a word with Coach Nalen on the sideline.
I think they're going to go for 2.
And the star running back is going to stay on the field here, so they may want to make this an 18-point game if they can get 2. They're going to come out here in the wing tee. Bowen under center, long count, puts a man in motion. That's good. They pitch to Holmes, right side run, plants the foot, met at the goal line, stood up, I think shy of the end zone. No good. 2-point try is stopped. South able to rally to the football. And for the third time tonight, we've got ourselves a 20-point gap on the board, 46-26.
Yeah, it just seems to be the spread pretty much throughout the whole game, Nick. Then kind of going back and forth, and then South will go up by a touchdown above the 20, and then of course BG comes back and scores. But we're almost down to the fourth quarter. Got a minute 10 left in the third quarter, folks, and BG's going to need a break here, I think, in order to three touchdowns.
Speaking of 3 touchdowns, how about 3 touchdown passes for each quarterback now tonight? We talked a lot about Jackson for Nashua South, and rightfully so. 3 touchdown passes, 2 more on the ground. But meanwhile, sophomore Nate Bowen starting to build an impressive resume of his own tonight. 3 touchdown tosses, 2 to Ryan Connolly, and 1 a moment ago to Sam Faid.
So I know it's early, but don't be surprised if you see an onside kick here, Nick. At some point, you got to make something happen early. I doubt it. The odds are against it, but don't be surprised.
Bowen is the kicker. It's a squib.
Yeah, squib.
And picked up by Kachenik. Going to navigate to midfield. Left his feet and paid the price. Got dropped at the 50 by Bowen himself. Boy, this kid's been returning kicks well all night. Colin Kachenik, the senior.
He's lethal.
He's far from the biggest player on the field, but he certainly plays that way, flexing his muscles in front of the Purple Panther fans.
Yeah, I don't like to see a guy jump like that. I really prefer, as a coach, I would very much explain to players, don't do that. It's not worth the risk. Once you go airborne like that, your whole body, you have no ability to defend yourself. But, boy, what a hard run just the same.
There's a give on the ground on 1st and 10. And I believe, Steve, it's the first carry tonight for the junior John McDevitt. Seen him make a couple of special teams tackles.
Yep.
So that's the first time he's had the football in his hands tonight. And he goes for 2 yards. Feliciano with the tackle. The BG linebacker starting to pile up some stops. 2nd down and 8. Jackson drops back. Now got a tuck, hoping to get back to the line of scrimmage, and he's buried at midfield. Well, just nothing there. Again, the sophomore Bishop Kearns, who has been so reliable all year for Coach Nalen, makes a good tackle there. It's actually a loss of 1. That'll set up a 3rd down and 9.
Yeah, nice.
Final 20 seconds here, third quarter.
Nice play there by number 58. My roster's soaked here. I'm trying
Sam Doty.
Sam Doty. He's played a good game tonight. What a terrific job he's done.
Yeah, both defensive tackles, Doty and Kearns,
have
been in on the action. Coach Knight okay with letting this clock wind right down to 0. His club with a big lead as we head to the fourth quarter, 46-26 South. Are they already looking ahead to Londonderry, or does BG come back? We find out the answer next. You are watching our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week. It's presented by Beals Insurance. Our broadcast today, as it always is brought to you by Beals Insurance Agency, with locations now in both Bedford and Londonderry. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, Beals Insurance will get you both the price and quality coverage that's right for you. Just call 603-471-9999 or visit BealsInsurance.com to request a free quote and start saving money today. Again, that's BealsInsurance.com. Fourth quarter here in Amherst. Nashua South with a commanding 46-26 lead. Nick Anastas, Steve Beals in the stands here at Souhegan High School for this preliminary round matchup. Nashua South has looked good from the gate. They scored the first 20 points tonight. They led by 20 at the break. They led by as many as 26 a moment ago, and now begin this fourth quarter with a comfortable lead.
Look at this weak side, and look at him just loft that ball right in the breadbasket.
Yeah, we've
really
seen that.
Protects his receiver, Nick, when he does that, because his receiver can just cradle the ball in, get his eyes forward as soon as possible, and avoid
He's been the man tonight.
Injury-prone type hits.
Cody Jackson, the junior quarterback, 3 touchdown tosses and 2 more scores on the ground. He's going to air it out here, and Levesque leaves his feet and pulls it in at the 20-yard line. Another big completion through the air, a 15-yarder as Jackson continues to scorch the BG defense.
Yep, and specifically, Nick, I mean, there's 2 things going on here. One is that they're just having difficulty screwing down on these receivers. Great pass routes, great athleticism, great job coming back to the ball and getting it. But let's not underestimate the South offensive line, the great pocket and the time that they're giving this fantastic quarterback an opportunity to throw.
Meanwhile,
it's all working here.
Levesque, after making the catch, came to the sideline, grabbed his lower leg, and appears like he's fighting against some pain. We'll keep an eye on the youngster. Meanwhile, it's Levine up the middle, another grind-out run. He's dragged down by Kearns after a 4-yard gain. Levine has been busy, the leading ball carrier tonight, and a very healthy complement to the Jackson pass attack.
He sure has. And that's what makes it so difficult. The responsibilities that the defensive backs, corners, and safeties have in this game has been really mammoth, Nick. It's multi-dimensional offense that really challenge them. They screw down, they get beat. They don't screw down, the run happens.
Jackson, after facing the handoff, faking the handoff, sprints to his right and does pick up 5. He's down inside the 15-yard line. Fayed another tackle out of the secondary for BG. And we now have a 3rd down and 1 coming up.
Yep.
Well, again, if you're just joining us, it's not like we've seen a turnover-filled game where, we may see some defensive touchdowns or special teams. It's been the offenses tonight.
It has.
Combining for 92 points. They combined for 60 over the first 2 quarters alone. Here's Kyle Edmonds. He scored himself a 5-yard touchdown run in the second quarter, and he's knocked out of bounds inside the 5-yard line here. First down and goal. After another impressive carry there for the senior. It's not just Ben Levine either. Jackson has done his job on the ground, as has Emmons.
Balanced attack.
Levesque. Here is Levine. He's up the middle on a slashing move. Finishes with 6. A 5-yard touchdown. Sam Levine, another score. Nashua South crosses the 50-point plateau. And now doubling up Bishop Guertin once again, 52-26.
That's production right there. That's offensive production.
Levine celebrating as he jogs off the field.
Yeah, if you're Coach Knight, you begin to wonder, do you start taking guys off the field here, the key players, it's a wet, still wet and slippery. You've got almost essentially an insurmountable lead if you look at the numbers. Something would really have to be. I don't know if that made it. No. Wow.
Another high snap.
That's definitely an area where they want to work on is getting that kicking game. You start getting in a tight game, that can make the difference.
Yeah. So Chipchak upset there after his second miss tonight. 52-26. As it's been the margin here in the second half, either 20 or
going to see the replay here. That run, boy, does he slide through a big gaping hole there for him to be able to gain acceleration through the hole.
He's had a good night
that's
tonight.
That's a great shot of the handoff. That's good work there, Matt. Oh, that's great. Great photography there and into the end zone. He's been the man tonight, let me tell you.
At 63 yards unofficially in that first half. He's added to that total here.
Yep.
With a two-touchdown effort for the smiling senior.
It's got to be over 80 now, right? I would think.
Meanwhile, ready to kick is Liam Gallagher. As we mentioned, a number of different players are used as kickers. Gallagher, his kick returned up the middle by Connolly. He's been busy tonight. 2 receiving touchdowns for BG in that first half, and a pretty good return here over the 30 to the 32. So inside of 10 minutes to go in regulation.
Here's your kick.
And you've already asked your sophomore quarterback, Nate Bowen, to do a lot tonight. He's thrown for 3 touchdowns, but you got to ask him to do a little bit more here over the final 10 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, they just got to open it up here and hopefully be able to work the ball down the field and try to close the gap.
South going to load the line of scrimmage defensively. Faid, the first down give, right side run, repelled. Again, there's 3, maybe 4 Purple Panthers in the area, including Gus Smiley, who has been a bit of a ball hawk tonight on defense and special teams for Coach Nike.
To say the least.
Second down and 8, just a 2-yard carry there. And again, the clock ticking, nearly 3 minutes gone by, fourth quarter. Well, Bowen back to the shotgun. Connolly in motion in a 4-receiver set, 3 to the right. Bowen rolls right, eyes downfield, throws on the move. This one tipped.
A good effort by Bowen. He threw it where he had to throw it. It would have taken a heck of a catch to come down with that with a wet football, but
2 defenders in the area as well.
Yep.
And now a 3rd down and 8 on the way.
3rd and 8.
So 3rd and 8 officially. Again, Bowen looking down at the play sheet on the wrist. 2 receivers each time. We've seen South only rush 3 on 3rd down. That appears to be the case here as well. So we get a draw run in response. It's up the middle. Good is tripped up at about the 41-yard line. That's about 2 yards shy of the marker. So we get a 4th down. Nate Case, another tackle tonight for Nashua South.
Well, game's not over yet, but Coach Knight's got to be very pleased, I would think, with the performance of his young men tonight. And
I think this 52 number on the board is going to be looked at across the state with some raised eyebrows tonight. Yep. Meanwhile, a timeout here. Coach Knight going to use his 2nd timeout to address the defense once again with an important 4th and 2 coming up from Bishop Guertin.
Second half.
Nick Anastas, Steve Beals with you. This one a fun one, a battle of the number 6 seed versus the number 11 seed. It's also a rematch of week number 1. That was an overtime affair won by Nashua South. Purple Panthers, a 7-2 record, hosting a preliminary game for the first time in several seasons. Bishop Guertin, been in the playoffs, well, consecutively, whether under the previous coach, John Trisciani Jr., or the last 2 years under Anthony Nalen. But tonight, South seemingly has been in the driver's seat from the get-go, from the opening bell.
Yeah, they haven't given up, though, Nick. They've stayed in this game. I'm talking about BG.
Right.
They're playing against a high-powered offense, very physical team, loaded with great athletes. And, BG's young, and these are the sort of games. Oh, yeah, mental mistake there.
As the left tackle moved. That's Christian Neal, the senior. Looked skyward after the whistle was blown. He knew he was at fault there. It's a 5-yard penalty, and it's a big one. 4th and 2 now, 4th and 7.
Yeah,
It'll be 4th down.
And again, just the 4th penalty tonight against Bishop Guertin, 2 in each half. 3 on the other side against Nashua South. So 4th and 7, Bowen likely going to change up the play call here.
Yep.
And stay in a 4-receiver set. Good is the back to his right. Again, South with just 3 down linemen. Back to throw, Bowen looking, pumping, now going to escape. Eyes still downfield, does throw, and this one is intercepted.
Yep.
A sliding pick. It's Kyle Emmons.
Had it all the way.
He's done
it line all the way.
A little bit of everything tonight, and why not come away with the defense's second turnover?
The thing with Nate was if he ran it, he wasn't going to get the first down. So he said, that's the only receiver I've got in any kind of a pattern. But you could see Emmons, he was tracking that ball a lot. There goes the Londonderry coaching staff.
Yes.
He was able to talk to them for a little bit at halftime. They're obviously here scouting. They know whoever the winner is here is going to be their opponent. Great staff of
and when Coach Lozon leaves, that's when you know that it may or may not be an impending
I think it's more
decision here.
He's seen what he wants to see and assess.
Well, I'll tell you what, Londonderry is not going to be caught unaware here based on what Nashua South
definitely not
has done tonight. Again, the Lancers await the winner of this one.
Levine on the carry.
26 is the margin as South takes over. Levine back to work.
Yeah, you said he looked like he was holding it back of his leg, but looked like he was able to run there.
Right. Well, no, it was Emmett. No, I'm sorry, not
you
either.
said it was Levine.
It was not either Levine or Evans. It was Levesque.
Oh, Levesque. Okay.
Number 5 in purple, and I don't think we've seen him since.
No.
He's still on the sideline. His helmet is on.
Yeah, get back, get in the ice tank.
Meanwhile, this is the exact opposite of the pace we saw from South through the first 3 quarters. It was get up to the line and go. Now, Coach Knight trying to nurse the play clock here and shorten the game. Hand off left side, and McDevitt gets just past midfield.
Good job by the BG
stopped
defense.
by Feliciano, who's been all over the field defensively tonight. Feliciano, he'll be back. Part of that strong junior class that we mentioned for the Cardinals. The future's certainly bright in 2025 with the majority, I'd say, of this roster coming back.
Yeah, I want to say thanks specifically to John. He's been running around like a crazy man over there in the sidelines, doing the camera and getting that clock going. So appreciate that as always, John. It's tough in the wet night here to do it, but appreciate his work.
So again, Jackson winds down the play clock. 3rd down and 5. Needs to get to the 44 of BG. They hand it off, and here's Smiley. His first carry tonight. He's made some plays defensively. Why not give it to the youngster on offense? He delivers a first down and then some.
He's a slippery runner, Nick. He was a little upset. He said, if I could have just got my body, gone one more step in bounds, he probably could have gone to the house there. He knows it. Good football player. He's checked into this game on both sides of the ball, Nick, quite a bit tonight.
And on special teams.
Exactly.
Meanwhile, Levesque is, Steve, on the field. He's at the top of the screen, right behind fellow receiver Justin Fish. That stack formation up top. Meanwhile, handoff, McDevitt making sure to protect that football as he goes into the hole. The last thing South needs is a turnover. They've won the turnover battle so far 2-1.
Really surprised that Cody's in the game, Nick, to be honest with you. It was 6 left in the fourth quarter, 52-26.
We come up on the midway point, fourth quarter, and the superstar still on the field. What a night tonight for Cody Jackson.
What a performance.
3 touchdown passes, 2 rushing touchdowns, and he has been really dialed in from the get-go. He's going to have a word with Smiley, who's the pistol back here. 2nd down and 8, and again, Coach Knight going to maximize the time between snaps. We move inside of 6 minutes to go on the game clock. Again, a stack formation up top. BG with 5 down linemen. The handoff is to Smiley, and he tentatively will reach the 31-yard line. Not much there. That's Doty again up front, Steve. I know you've liked watching him, the junior. Number 58 in white with another tackle.
Yep, he's. I just really like his ability to read, Nick. He reads very, very well. He's a good scraper. He scrapes through offensive linemen and just does a great job. He will be coming back, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
Yep.
Like
next year. Putting together a good game right now. Good body of work.
Coming up on 5 minutes to go, fourth quarter. 3rd down and 6. First down stick at the Cardinal 25-yard line. Emmons in motion. They fake to him. They hand off instead. Near side, and look out, it's Karuru. To the end zone for the touchdown. Why not give it to the middle linebacker? For the first time tonight, Karuru, after 8 or 9 tackles defensively, gets rewarded, and he goes to the house for 6.
We run like that. I'm not sure you're just a linebacker. That was a bullet through the hole. Yeah, that was
May have been untouched.
That was a look at the speed and the power in which he drives through that line.
Goes right by Faid, who's got some speed of his own.
There are some athletes on this football team, Nick.
Yeah.
You know.
He was untouched. That's another touchdown for Nashua South, a 26-yarder.
Yep.
58 points tonight on the board for the Purple Panthers, hoping to make it 59 here with this kick. And they do. It's right down the middle. So, another score, and the lead continues to grow for the Purple Panthers. Their largest lead now is on the board. 32-point gap. No, 33 now at 59-26.
So many numbers you can call in this game for South, Nick, that are just checked into this game and just look like top-level Division I athletes.
Well, it starts, of course, with the junior quarterback, Cody Jackson. Threw for nearly 200 yards in that
counter
first half.
Look at that split. Splits those defenders.
And, of course, Coach Knight gets to have a little fun with the personnel in this kind of a situation. You've got a hardworking senior who's been terrific defensively all year. Why not give him the football there?
Yep.
And he certainly held up his end of the bargain.
That's the best kick for South for the night.
It's down the middle. It's fielded by Connolly. He tries to break to his right. He's at the 30 before he's crunched at about the 31-yard line. Took a big hit there.
That was a big hit right there, Nick. Don't underestimate that.
Cole Patno.
He was out of bounds when he got hit, but both bodies were in motion. The runner and the tackler were both in motion inbounds when that happened. So it was close enough where they felt, I think, that it wasn't anything.
Oh, it was clean.
It looked like a clean hit to me.
Patno came in at full speed and just got him. So 59-26.
And if the runner is turning upfield,
right,
he has a right. He's turning upfield low. That's good tackle right there.
Seen good special teams play tonight.
Sure has.
Really have. Handoff for Holmes up the middle over the 35 and dropped at the 37. Holmes playing in his final football game for BG. We called his name a lot last year as a junior.
That was
a playoff-bound Cardinal squad as well.
Good football player.
This year he's been the workhorse out of the backfield. He's one of their leading tacklers defensively.
For every yard, Nick. He never, ever leaves anything out there to be had.
And he's over 150 yards tonight as well. Meanwhile, Good is going to lose yardage here. Into the backfield, a number of players, including a limping Ndebisi. That's not good for Nashua South. One of their captains, the defensive end, he's been all over the field tonight, but you can see trying to shake off a bit of a stinger there.
7 for the Cardinals.
Meanwhile, 3rd down and 7 on the way as we move inside of 4 minutes to go in this 4th quarter. Ndebisi finally going to jog off the field at the last minute. We get a double handoff up the middle, and Holmes is dragged down near the first down marker. Smiley may have saved the first down there for South, but they do give Holmes the benefit of the doubt. It is a first down. Pretty good hole opened up there. Smiley been busy out of that free safety spot. Another carry up the middle. This is Feliciano trying to hold on to the football in a crowd there. Was nearly ripped out of his possession, but he does hold on to the ground. Kyle Emmons with the tackle, a 6-yard gain.
7, so it'll be 2nd and 3.
I think it's 2nd down and 4, maybe 3 on the way. We're inside of 3 minutes. Coming up after the game, stats, highlights, analysis, out-of-town scoreboard as well, as we get you some tournament updates. November football here, the playoffs are underway. And it looks like, again, next week we are going to see Nashua South take on Londonderry in Londonderry. The Lancers, they had this weekend off. And as we could confirm, we saw the coaching staff here, Coach Lozon, getting a look at what the Lancers are going to have to face next week. It looks like, barring an unprecedented miracle here in the final 2:40, it's going to be Nashua South at Londonderry. That should be a fun one.
Yeah, boy, after seeing South tonight, Nick, nothing going to happen there. After seeing South tonight, Nick.
This ball on the ground. Well, they were ruling that a live ball. BG thought it was incomplete.
Yep.
Instead, the official said it was a backward pass, therefore a fumble, a live football. It's scooped up by the Purple Panthers and returned down near the 10-yard line.
They're not slowing down their play whatsoever, Nick. This is just the mode of the team right now, and they're on. It
was punched loose from behind by Nate Case and recovered by Kevin Hamill. Hamill, the junior defensive lineman, showing some speed of his own, able to return that one down to the 10-yard line. So suddenly another 1st and goal opportunity awaits Nashua South. Meanwhile, an upset Anthony Nalen is going to leave the BG sideline, come onto the field, and have a word with longtime referee Steve Hall.
Yeah. I don't know what that's about. You suppose it was about the last play, you think, or what?
Whatever it was, the explanation was brief. Meanwhile, Coach Knight looks like he's going to do the classy thing here. He's going to have his quarterback drop to a knee rather than press the issue with his team out in front 59-26.
Yep.
And I'm sure
Coach Naylor won't stop.
Will appreciate that.
Yep.
So Coach Knight
Two great coaches to me.
Yep, going to show some respect to his crosstown rival and take the knee. Meanwhile, South, what a night tonight. 59 points on the board.
Unreal.
It is going to
I thought they were going to come back and play. We talked about it, Nick. I thought they were going to come back and play a strong game, but this is just this BG
I don't think anyone thought that.
This BG team is a good football team.
Right.
That speaking volumes tonight.
Final 100 seconds on 2nd down. Jackson takes the knee again. Well, we don't have a player of the game award to hand out, but if we did, I would imagine
hands down
number
Cody
7
Jackson
in purple would be the winner.
But there's a lot of other supporting actors on both teams. But this running and it just the thing about Cody is somebody was comparing him to Jackson on Baltimore, and I'm not going to lie, there's a lot of similarities between the talent pool that both of these players got. It's just they roll out to both sides, and running game is lethal. You have to honor him and contain him, and that opens up the offensive line's job a little bit easier because they've got to maintain double contain on him, which opens up those inside runs. It's how do you stop these guys? Right. It's a tall order if they're going to play like this as they move through the tournament.
Had nearly 100 rushing yards in that first half. Jackson, he did score twice, and over 200 yards through the air tonight unofficially. All in all, 5 turnovers. Pretty good fantasy day for Cody Jackson.
For the seniors, Nick, as far as BG is concerned, they had a solid season, and this is a developing, and these seniors are kind of trailblazing a new upward movement of BG. They've got but if you're a sophomore or a junior or a freshman on this BG squad, you got to be thrilled about your prospects.
Meanwhile, look at this. This is one way to kill the final 8 seconds. Just let Emmons play keep away here. No time on the clock. It's a hand to Ndebisi. Going to throw it out of bounds, and that's going to do it.
That's it.
Nashua South, they make a statement tonight. 59 points in a 59-26 win to advance to the quarterfinals. They will take on Londonderry next weekend. A lot to get to in the postgame. Coming up, full recap, stats, highlights, analysis, and an out-of-town scoreboard as well. All that is next. You are watching our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week, presented by Beals Insurance.
Our broadcast today, as it always is brought to you by Beals Insurance Agency, with locations now in both Bedford and Londonderry. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, Beals Insurance will get you both the price and quality coverage that's right for you. Just call 603-471-9999 or visit BealsInsurance.com to request a free quote and start saving money today. Again, that's BealsInsurance.com. The New Hampshire Tomahawks promote the highest level of club lacrosse competition, not just in the state, but in the country. Looking to get recruited? Director Chris Cameron keeps an open dialogue with the nation's top college lacrosse coaches. Over 400 New Hampshire Tomahawks alumni have played at the college level, including the ACC, Big East, Big Ten, Ivy, NESCAC, NE10, and more. The New Hampshire Tomahawks coaching staff has over 100 coaches, including current high school varsity and college coaches. The Tomahawks offer training for players of all ages, clinics, camps, and leagues, along with spring, summer, and fall elite teams. So play with the best. The New Hampshire Tomahawks, showcase and development for college lacrosse. Visit NewHampshireTomahawks.com and girls.nhtomahawks.com. How can you reach your team's fundraising goals at no risk and no cost? MG Sports offers a variety of products to make your team's fundraiser a success. Their products include discount tickets, cards, and calendar raffles to hundreds of local merchants throughout the New England area. Don't waste another season. Raise more funds than ever before and become another football program in New Hampshire that sets fundraising records every season. MG Sports, fundraising made easy. Visit mgsportsfundraising.com to start raising money for your team today. Colonial Printing is family owned and celebrating 50 years of quality print services for New Hampshire businesses and can help yours as well. Whether it's creative design, digital or offset printing, or banners and signs, with state-of-the-art technology, unlimited industry sources, and the ability to think outside the box, Colonial Printing will help you get your job done. To see their full list of services, promo products, and portfolio, or to request an estimate, visit colonialprintingnh.com. That's colonialprintingnh.com.
Well, we're back here, I suppose. Yes, we are.
Yep.
Back here following a 59-26 Nashua South victory over Bishop Guertin. This team got hot early and never looked back. The 6th seed tonight, 7-2 during the regular season, trying to shake off a 2-game skid at the tail end of that schedule, but really no problem. Junior quarterback Cody Jackson looked outstanding tonight. South storms out of the gate and scores the first 20 points. They never quite looked back. BG tightened up with back-to-back touchdowns in that second quarter. Their sophomore quarterback, Nate Bowen, held his own through 3 touchdowns of his own tonight. But in the end, still a 20-point halftime lead at 40-20. That extended to 46-20 at the end of the third. And then South is going to win this thing going away, 59-26. All in all, Cody Jackson, 3 touchdown passes tonight and 2 rushing scores as well. A.J. Holmes, in his final game as a BG Cardinal, ends up with over 150 rushing yards.
He's been doing it for a long time, Nick. He's quite a player. Yep. So, if you're BG, do not despair. Those seniors have done a great job this year. Working with Coach Nailing, leading this developing football program. The numbers are good, and you got freshmen. If you're, as I said earlier, Nick, if you're a freshman, sophomore, or junior, you got to be excited about the prospects next year coming back. Coach Nailing did a great job with his team, and they've got the numbers and the depth now to make a dent in this league next year for sure. So congratulations to the BG Cardinals for a great year. South, Nick, coming off a loss against Bedford. One thing I did say earlier in the game, in the opening of the game, Nick, that when they played Bedford, they did not give up. They played their hearts out the whole time. Didn't happen. They go into Goffstown, suffer a really difficult loss. People are looking around the southern part of the state. Football people are looking, so what in the world happened there? Well, if you ever want to see a display of a team putting a couple of bad games in the rearview mirror, you saw it with South tonight. This football team has got a group of athletes on it that are explosive, and when you're going to try to be a team that gets to the finals, you've got to have explosive football players that make great plays. Cody Jackson's got all the gifts, all the goods. He's got it in his head. He's got it in running the ball. He's got it passing. He reads well. He does everything well. But he's got a cast of supporting actors around him, Nick, that I saw tonight, that if they play with this kind of intensity and skill, offensive coordinator did a great job tonight calling games, calling the game. Can't say enough about these guys, Nick. Just congratulations to South this week. Londonderry, get ready. That's going to be a heck of a matchup if this is the way this team's going to be playing.
That'll be in the 3-6 portion of the bracket.
I was talking to Coach Lozon, Nick, and he said the team this bye, he normally doesn't love byes, but this time he does because that team wasn't that great, very healthy, and they were pretty banged up last week when they played Exeter. Exeter looked fantastic, just the same, but now they're going to have a bye week to get healthy. It's going to be a barn burner.
Okay, let's get to some other preliminary round scores. Pinkerton. They are the number 4 seed, hosting Merrimack, the 13, the final team to get in, and that is all Pinkerton, 32-0 at halftime there. Memorial looking to fight off Winnicott. Crusaders with the lead, 10 minutes plus to go in that fourth quarter. That's a 22-13 lead for the Crusaders. First playoff game in 21 years for Memorial tonight, and they are winning over the Warriors of Winnicott.
Not over yet,
22-13, 10 minutes to go.
Coach Francour's crew.
In that one. The only other game tonight is Windham and Salem. That's the 5-12 matchup. The Blue Devils have won 7 in a row. They are the 5 seed. Windham is the number 12 seed. And right now, they are the only team on the road with a lead. It's an 8-7 Windham lead over Salem with 3 minutes to go in the third quarter.
What a game. Wow.
So Coach Byrne looking to pull the unofficial, quote-unquote, upset.
That defense
on the road against
of Windham, and defense of Salem too, but that defense of Windham, we've seen it this year. They know how to keep those guys in the game. So, wow, I hope that game's on video so we can watch it. So
should be an exciting final 15 minutes there as well.
Wow.
All right, want to thank a number of people here tonight, including 2 athletic directors, Lisa Gingrich of Nashua South, and, of course, Kelly Braley here at Souhegan High School. Great job coordinating a lot of media here tonight, our friends at ETV. So everything ran smoothly despite a surprise pop-up shower at halftime. We appreciate the efforts there. For our team here at Friday Night Lights New Hampshire, been a busy week for us.
Terrific job, guys.
For sure, and we'll be back at it next weekend as well. Braving the elements down on the field tonight, the hardworking John Barron and Matt Beals. They both operated the end zone cameras flawlessly, and up in the crow's nest up top, providing the pilot view, Kristen Beals. Doing
Great
a
job,
great
everybody.
job as usual. For my partner and friend, Steve Beals, my name is Nick Anastas, saying so long. Final score, final time. Nashua South 59, Bishop Guertin 26. This has been a presentation of our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week, presented by Beals Insurance.